YouTube is live. And there's TikTok. Let's get that chat up on the board. How's it going, everyone? We are back after another friggin' 3-day suspension. Jeez. Story of my life, am I right? Story of my life. Go ahead and attach that. Good to go. Sweet. Let's throw on some background music for the hell of it, yeah? How's it going, guys? Totally forgot to check out the YouTube stream. Oh, look at that. A waste of oxygen. What is up, Woden? Cap? Nice hat. Dude, I know my hair's long as shit. I know. Magic exists, that's enough. That's funny. Love that. It's amusing, I'll give you that. What made you atheist? Because I also converted from Christianity to atheism. Yeah, lack of evidence. That's it. It's just simple.
Why am I dissecting all this doctrine like it's therapy? You built a universe but couldn't build a little clarity. You want communion while I'm choking on disparity. They said God is love, but then they weaponized the sentiment, painted over genocide and labeled it benevolent. You're omnipotent, omniscient, but you couldn't intervene. So every tragedy is just a plot twist in your perfect scheme. I'm not your villain.
No contradictions. This dude literally just said no contradictions. I'm sorry?
If your God exists, then show me all your proof. Write his name in the sky and show me it's the truth. I'm done with thoughts and prayers from a book you never doubt. If your God exists, tell him to drag these demons out. I've been screaming at the ceiling till my veins turn black. If he's really in the room, then let him answer back. No more silence in the storm, no more whispers in my head. If your God exists, then prove it.
Alright, the link to call in is now posted in chat. Alright, we got Apollo requesting up. Let's go ahead and see what's going on here. Let's get some chatting going on. Only 8 people in the live, which is absolutely crazy to me. Guys got to get to tapping the like button and reposting. you guys on YouTube that also watch on TikTok, went ahead and hop on the TikTok and repost it. Since I was suspended for 3 days, I think the algorithm is saying fuck you to me. So we're going to have to fix the algorithm today. Hard to debate something. Yes, I can prove your God doesn't exist. What's up, Apollo? Apollo, hello.
Can you hear me?
I sure can.
Oh yeah. How you doing, bro?
Doing all right, man. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. All right.
All
So
right.
so there's no evidence for God, right?
Yep.
What's the and you affirm that proposition, right?
It's a negative claim.
Well,
There's no evidence for
what do you mean
unicorns.
by
Prove
that?
unicorns don't exist is the argument you're going for. That's a
Yeah,
dumbass
prove
argument.
prove
That's not
God.
how the
Prove God. Wait, what do you mean by dumb?
A, I can prove
What's
your
up,
God doesn't exist. B, that's not how
What's
critical.
my God? Which God do I believe in?
B, that's not how the burden of proof works.
Which God do I believe in?
Which God
Because
do you
said
believe
you
in?
can do. Well, then why are you saying that you can do an action
Yeah, which God do
if
you
you
believe
don't
in?
know which God? Well, you're saying that you
Yeah, which
can
God do you
prove
believe in?
my God doesn't exist.
Yeah,
Well,
which
you
God do you
don't
believe in?
know.
Yeah, which God do
You
you
don't
believe
know
in?
what my God is. Do you know what my God is?
I don't. Which God do you believe in?
Then why are you saying you can prove it doesn't exist?
Yeah, I don't know which God you believe in. Which God do you believe in?
It's the flying spaghetti monster God.
Gotta love a good troll starting out. How tall am I? 4'11". Let's get Lost Cat in here. How's it going, Cat?
Oh, it's going all right. How about yourself?
Doing all right, man. You over the age of 18?
And then some.
All right. Which God do you believe in, brother?
There's only a creator.
Sure, you don't follow any religion?
Yeah, I'm not religious.
Okay, just some form of deity made everything, you believe.
That's the best word we can come up with. Yes.
Sure. Why do you believe that?
Looking at we're witnessing an entire existence. The fact that we can think, we can question. I'm looking at all things that I've experienced in my entire life. And I say that there's definitely a creator to all of this.
Why?
Have we answered any definitive questions for life?
Like?
Like why it's here?
Yes.
It's random?
I mean, that's a straw man, but sure. What's wrong with randomness?
I don't want to straw man you. What's your definition of evidence?
I mean, I'm not saying you're being fallacious about it, but it is a generalization and simplicity of what evolution is and abiogenesis, which every single person on planet Earth believes in abiogenesis, including Christians. It's literally the only way that life could come is by something not alive or not human creating it.
So therefore, there is a creator to it.
If you want to call energy a creator, congratulations, go for it. But no, it's not a god. Energy isn't a conscious entity that is making things out of desire. Energy has always existed. Energy cannot be created.
It has no emotion, etc. No art.
Yeah, well,
to it.
I mean, like, emotions are chemical reactions in the brain. Ants have emotions. Tuna fish have emotions. A rock doesn't.
Okay. So the fact that I don't understand it makes it not exist.
What?
Well, essentially, you're saying that you don't understand it, so it must not exist.
No.
No?
Okay, so
So
let me try and
so
think of a
again,
better way to
like
go
I'm
about
asking,
this.
what is your definition of evidence, right? Because
Any evidence. You believe that the universe was created? Demonstrate that
how
with
many
evidence.
people how many people are religious? There's 9 billion people
Majority,
on the planet. How many people?
80%.
That's circumstantial evidence.
What if 100 people believed Earth is flat? Does it make them right? No. I don't care.
No, it
That's
doesn't.
called an appeal
But it's
to populace. It's a fallacy. It's not correct thinking. It's illogical.
it's a point of data,
No, it's
right?
not. It's a point of what people believe. The data points to people believe this. It doesn't point to truthness. I care about truth and facts. I don't give a fuck what people believe. If Einstein told me that Earth was flat or we lived in the core of the moon, I'd call him a dumbass. I don't care if someone's smart. I care about what the evidence says.
Einstein wasn't right all of the time,
No
though.
shit. No one's right all the
Okay,
time.
so
That's
we
why we don't
understand.
appeal to populace or authority. We appeal to evidence. So, what evidence do you have that the universe was created?
Um, Evidence again, circumstantial, but look at how many people.
You're saying you're like, okay, brother. If I say provide me evidence for a phone and that a phone was created, and you say, yeah, well, Coke cans exist. No shit. That's not evidence of a phone being created. I'm saying provide evidence of a universe being created, and you're like, biology. Like, okay, demonstrate how biology was created. Like, that's nonsensical. You're just like pivoting, and there's no evidence for a
Okay,
God. There's no
no,
evidence
I
for a
don't feel
creator.
like I'm pivoting it. Okay, you say no, that means absolute, and then I say there's circumstantial evidence, and you
Like
don't
what?
understand that is
Like what?
circumstantial evidence.
People
The
existing is
amount
evidence
of
of biology,
people,
brother.
the amount of people that believe in it, and it's not just because
Does that make it
they're
true?
believing from the not necessarily,
Okay, so
no,
what evidence do
but the
they have?
amount.
Pause. What evidence do they have, the 80% of the populace, to believe in a God?
Well, I can't say the whole entire 80%, but I can say individuals out of those 80% have experienced something
Cool. Provide me the
that made
evidence that they
them
experienced that provides evidence for a God.
car wrecks in which everybody passes away except for the one person.
Okay. Provide evidence that a God had anything to do with it.
Okay, to them,
I don't
they
care.
might have been thinking about God at that
Cool.
time, right?
People think
Like
about.
you can have an experience.
So when
Okay,
an
so you've read
atheist gets
something.
into a car wreck with another atheist and one of them survives and one of them was thinking there is no God and they live, that means there's no God? No, that's stupid. You got to think critically here. What evidence is there for a God?
Well, that is thinking critically,
No, it's not.
right?
You've used an
No,
appeal to populace fallacy, and then
that's not true.
yeah, you said 80% of people believed in it. That is evidence. That's appeal to populace.
I
That's a
I
fallacy
I
because
admitted it
80
as
because
circumstantial.
everybody believes in it, therefore it's true is what you're saying.
No, I'm saying
Cool,
that is
provide the evidence.
circumstantial
No,
evidence.
it's not.
It is. If
80% of
it, look,
people
if
believe
90
that Santa
people
Claus is
said,
real. Is that
if
evidence that Santa Claus is real?
look, even the
Stop.
court
This is
system
a
agrees
pivot.
that
This is a pivot.
circum.
This is a pivot. No.
Okay, well,
If
I'll
80%
finish
of
your
people believe in Santa
fallacy.
Claus, is that evidence for Santa Claus?
That is
No.
false circumstantial evidence.
It's not evidence at all. Evidence, by definition, is facts and information leading to a true conclusion. No, it is not evidence for anything. If you actually look at the mechanism behind why 80% of people believe, it's going to be 90% of it indoctrination. There is no evidence behind it. The mechanism
And
behind
why?
why people survive car crashes, you can find in the fucking the reports when the person goes to the morgue. You can see it through the psychology. You can see which part of the car was hit. The mechanism never points to a God. There's no evidence for a God.
Oh, well, okay, so I can't remember the name of the islands. During World War II, they were jump-off islands in which the soldiers would use to refuel airplanes, etc. There was a native species, a native tribe that lived on there, and the soldiers would give them cans of food to kind of appease them. I'm trying to
You're good.
remember the name of them. Anyway, when we left, the war ended. Nobody bothered with those islands for decades, and somebody decided to go back and check out, and they were building wooden airplanes to appease the gods, right?
Okay.
Now, if you were to go to any one of those tribe members within the last decade and say, "Have you seen this personally?" they would say no. But somebody in their historical past did, right?
Okay.
So it didn't mean that those airplanes didn't exist. It meant that people didn't see it.
Where's the
Right.
evidence that they existed?
I mean,
So
they
do you
landed
just
on there.
believe
That was the
everything unless
start.
there's
That was
evidence
the
that proves it false? So you believe
was the
everybody is
start of that
guilty until
belief,
proven false. You
correct?
believe every single story is true until proven false. You have no clue how justification and burdens of proof work. The burden of proof is, if I'm talking about a metaphysical thing like a unicorn, we could talk about that. Could it have hair? Could it have fur? Does it work with physics? Does it work with logic? Could it exist in some possible world? That's metaphysics. If I say I have a unicorn in my backyard, you're going to be like, prove it, bro. Because I have a burden to prove it.
That's
People are saying they have a unicorn that created the goddamn universe. If we're talking about this god or this unicorn could have this, it could be omnipresent. It could be this. That's metaphysics. They're not saying that. They're saying that their unicorn created all things. They have a burden to prove it. There's no justification to believe in that because there's no evidence justifying it.
okay. Like, I understand where you're coming from, but I also
I'm coming
see
from logic
emotions.
and facts.
No, no. Well, you definitely have emotion about this for sure. I can hear the anger. I can see it. Right? You can deny it, but
Where'd you
we,
get
the
your mind
panel,
reading degree from?
it's not mind reading.
Oh, then don't try because you suck at it. I'm not
That's
angry.
emotional.
You don't want to see me when I'm angry.
That's not emotional.
No, I'm not being emotional at
Right.
all. I'm being factual and you don't
It's
like it.
psychology. It's psychology. So, so all I'm pointing out is that
What you need to be pointing out
I-
is evidence.
I don't have specific evidence to show you.
No shit, there is no evidence.
Well, you can't say there is no.
Then provide
Right?
some.
Even if you're a science,
You're the
even
one
if
with the
you are
burden to prove. You're the one with the burden of proof.
logical.
You're the one with the burden of proof. Provide evidence. There is no evidence for Santa Claus. A man named St.
Okay,
Nicholas
hold your-
did exist.
Hold
There is
your
no
hand up.
evidence for unicorns.
Hold your
Evidence
hand
of
up.
biology. Here you
There's your
go.
proof.
There's my evidence
There's
for
your proof.
biology and evolution. Thank you. So what evidence
That's
do you
a
have for
name that
God?
Humans gave it, right?
No, that's a name that we have put on to label
no.
something that we have
You
been
were
able
talking
to
about
describe,
logic.
observe, and test and demonstrate out of reality. So you have a burden to prove your claim that there is a unicorn.
How long did people believe in the atom?
You need
before
to
they
provide
found
your burden of
evidence?
proof for your unicorn or fuck off so someone else can have a chance up here because you're just wasting oxygen at this point. You have a burden
There's
of
that-
proof. You agree with the unicorn and the
There's
burden
that
of proof.
psychology again.
You have a burden of
Not
proof,
as
dude.
logical as you think, but
Cool. Provide a logically sound argument.
Wrinkles in that brain.
Cool. Provide a logically sound argument for God.
I did. More
No, you
people
didn't.
believe in God than more scientists. believe
Again,
God
appeal
exists,
to populist
right?
fallacy. It's not a logically sound argument. It's an illogical
You're stringing
argument.
Words together that
Oh my God. Circular reasoning much, dumbass? The universe is beautiful. That's what I think about the universe. I hear you. Let's get you in here, bro. Oh, he left. Nope, there he is. Awesome. What's up, brother?
Hey, how you doing, man?
Doing all right, man. You over the age of 18?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Which God do you believe in, brother?
I guess the God of the Bible.
Cool. What you got for me? Why should I believe in him?
Well, can I ask you a couple of questions real
Sure.
quick so I can gauge, how the conversation can be directed? Is that
Yeah,
okay?
sure. Yeah.
So, do you believe that there is any kind of deity at all?
No, I don't believe in anything supernatural at all. No spirit, no soul, no nada.
Okay.
I would love to. There's just, I have no justification to.
So, but you are open.
Oh, absolutely, dude.
Possibility.
Life would
Okay,
be
well,
so
that's-
much easier if I could just pray my problems away to some fucking unicorn.
Okay. All right. Well, so you say that there's no evidence at all.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we have to go on both ends of this conversation, right? We can't prove that there is or there isn't a God, right?
I can. You believe in the Abrahamic God. Your Abrahamic God transcends time, correct?
Okay. Yeah, I can agree with that.
Okay, for cause and effect, you have to have time. Cause is a place in time, and effect is a point in time. Something that transcends time cannot have causal relation with anything. It cannot even think, breathe, or do any action at all. So your God could not have created anything if it existed. There's no justification to believe it existed, same as unicorn, Santa Claus, and Spider-Man, though. The only way around that is for you to use a special pleading fallacy of God created the laws, he can do whatever he wants. That could work if you could provide a justified evidence for it.
Yeah, I mean I agree with you on that. I mean, if God is outside of time, space, and time, then he's
It's
not bound
possible,
by the same mechanics. I mean,
so like I would say it's not logically possible because it literally breaks the laws of logic, but I would argue that it is possible that some all-powerful, I don't agree with the all-powerful again because of logic. We've moved on to maximally great instead of all-powerful, right? Because it's paradoxes, right? Could he create a rock so heavy you couldn't lift it? If yes, he's not all-powerful. If no, he's not all-powerful. So, but if this being existed and was all-powerful somehow, I do agree that he would be able to break these laws, but you would have to provide a justification to believe that.
and what justification is it that you're looking for in that? Because if
There'd
you look
have to
at
be
it,
evidence,
God wouldn't.
brother.
Yeah, well, I mean, God wouldn't create a rock that he couldn't lift in the first place because I mean
But could he?
that would well, yeah, of course. Now,
But
then your
then
next
he's not all
argument,
powerful.
exactly, which would be your next argument, which I agree. But then God would also have the ability to change the aspect of that. You know, then he could
Sure,
say, "Okay, I
but
changed my mind.
yes
now
or
I can
no,
lift it."
right? So yes or no, it would still be he's not all powerful. That's why it's a paradox. There's no way around it. Not
Okay,
yet,
so
at
you're
least.
referring to the fact. So what you'd be referring to is the fact that he did it in the first place, right? Is that what you're saying? The fact that he created the rock in the first place that he couldn't lift, not that he
Yeah,
could
I mean,
change.
I suppose we could look at it from a point of view of he is powerful enough to be able to make something that he's not powerful enough to lift, but then change his mind and change. Like you could argue down that reasoning, but he's still unable to lift it, making him not all powerful. That could be contradicted against the idea that he could still change that. But that's still like a contradiction between what he's doing, the actions therein. Like he's not all powerful to lift it, but then he can change it to be able to lift it. Like that's contradicting the fact of can he lift it or not?
I mean, I'm trying to work that out because I mean, I see.
I
what
mean, it's
you're
a
saying
paradox.
in one.
Maximally great works.
Yeah. I mean, I see what you're saying on one side of it, but then on the other side of it is if I change my mind, then I can do it as well. So I mean, doesn't that make you all powerful if I can do both?
No, because if you're able to make
No.
something you're not strong enough to lift, then you're not strong enough, therefore not all powerful.
Okay.
That's why
Well,
it's a paradox.
Yeah, and I agree with you on that because, and I'm hoping this conversation. I'm not here to like try and prove you wrong.
I want
or
you
make
to.
you.
1 Peter 3:15, brother. I want you to prove me wrong.
Yeah, and I you know, and I wish I could, you know, but I can't say that I can. You know, all I can do is have a intellectual conversation with you that hopefully we both walk away with.
Sure. And I like the way you're
a
going about this.
reasonable.
You're
Yeah,
respectful. I don't
like
get a lot of respect.
well, I mean, some stuff like I've been listening to, I'm like, man, that's kind of harsh, but I mean, but that's still your opinion. You
Oh, I'm
have
an
that
absolute
right to
asshole,
have that.
100%. That's
Well,
why I'm
I would
impressed by
I would
you.
hope. Oh, well, I'm trying to be fair on both ends, because one aspect wants me to tell you how are you so dumb, but that's not
I want you to tell
fair
me, brother.
either.
If I'm dumb, I'm done. Facts don't give a fuck about what I think.
Yeah,
2 + 2 is
yeah,
4, whether I feel like it's 5 or not.
yeah, and I agree with you on that, but that doesn't make the situation better. That doesn't help us
Yeah, it does.
communicate any better
Teaches.
either. It does. I agree, but why not do it a different way? Where we just have an intellectual conversation where we try and walk away
Well,
with
think of it this way.
knowledge on both ends.
If you go into the military, right?
hmm
Is that a good environment to be like, now, sweetie? No. You got to be
No,
like, hey, motherfucker, do it this way. You don't like that? Fuck you. Go fucking do it. We're in a
And
conversation
I
right now that in your mind is life or
Mhm.
death. Either I spend eternity in hell
Mhm.
or not.
Mhm.
This is more intense than any military conversation that has ever happened in accordance with what Christians believe. So
I
you
agree.
should be like, hey, dude, you're about to get fucking shot in the fucking face. You need to listen the fuck up. Here's why
Mhm.
you're wrong. Do you
Mhm.
disagree or agree? And I'm going to say I disagree or whatever. I'm going to say why. And then you say, okay, you're wrong because of X, Y, and Z. That's
Mhm.
how. This is something that can be intense. It's the most
It-
intense conversation in all of human history and all of the future of all human history, all human future.
I agree. But how has that benefited so far?
Well, there's no evidence for it, so it's never succeeded.
Well, but I
That's like
understand.
we
But
could
even
argue unicorns and someone that believes in unicorns. That like brother, like there's fucking Muslims. You're never going to believe in the Quran ever because you have no evidence that it's true. You know it's not true. I know your God isn't true. You could try and prove me wrong, and I might be wrong, but you'd have to
yeah,
prove it same as the Muslim would have to prove it to you.
exactly. And I agree with you on that. But at the same time, if I come in here and I start being ugly to you, why would you want my God in the first place?
Because I don't care if you're mean or not. I care about the facts. If you tell me
Okay.
right now I'm being dumb as shit and here's why, I'm going to listen.
Mm-hmm.
But if you just say, like the last guy, like, you're getting angry, bud, like just being a troll, then I'm going to get angry and be like, all right, shut the fuck up. Just provide me the evidence. And then if you ad hom again, you're just dumb, bruh. Like, I can accept you calling me a dumbass, an asshole, loser,
Mm-hmm.
pathetic, whatever, but provide an explanation as to why.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. And obviously that last guy wasn't doing that. And I'm not going to judge him either on that. But
I'm judging him.
well, yeah. I mean, I'm sure, but I mean, but even then, when you refer to 2 + 2 = 4, how do we even get to that?
Yeah, math
I
is
mean,
grounded in axiomatic principles. Do you know what an axiom
yeah.
is?
Enlighten me just so
Yeah, sure.
I can be better equipped with this conversation.
Sure. So logic and math are grounded in these axioms and the principles therein. Like, for instance, 2 + 2 = 4 is a man-made. We made up the signs and the numerals,
Mm-hmm.
but two things have always been two things in nature. So an
Yeah.
axiom is a self-evident truth, which means that it is the evidence of itself. We take it for granted, and as far as the idea that it is the evidence for itself. I don't need to prove to you that this thing
Mhm.
exists. It is its own
Yeah.
evidence, right?
Yeah.
So those are axioms. So 2 + 2, two things being next to two things, right? That's just axiomatically true that exists. And then math is able to found. We were able to invent all these equations and whatnot based on what we observe and are able to demonstrate in nature. So that's how I ground all things.
Interesting way to look at that. I guess the question be, if we weren't here at all, would 2 + 2 still equal 4?
Yes.
Because we discovered it. Well, then how would it exist if
It's
we never
objective. It's
discovered
not
it?
subjective. Objective is its mind independent. So it is
Then-
true with or without us.
Mhm. So where did that come from then? If it existed,
Energy
Did
has
it
always
exist even
existed. Matter emerges from energy fields. Matter is what makes things. Two things being next to two things is four things. So it's always
Yeah.
existed.
so who or what would have put that in motion?
See, that's called a presupposition. So you're presupposing that nothingness had to have been and then it was created because as
Mhm.
humans, we know a computer would not exist without us making it. But
Exactly. Yes.
we make computers and there's evidence of that. The first law of thermodynamics, though, energy cannot be created. Energy does exist, therefore it's always existed. There's no evidence, like the computer, there's no evidence that the universe was created or could have been created. So the burden of proof, so if you ask me to prove people made computers, easy. I can show you the warehouses where they put the pieces together. I can show you the engineers, I can show you the blueprints, I can show you the people. I can show you and demonstrate every single step in how a computer is created by a human being. You cannot show any mechanism that shows a God creating anything.
Well, but that's an interesting way to look at it, because if I create the computer, I'm not inside the computer, I'm outside the
No, but
computer.
even in the computer, that simulated whatever, I know where you're going with this, has evidence of it being created. There is a starting point. It has information. It can see the zeros and ones. It can also see the timeline of which how old the RAM is, how old the memory is. It can see the information of how old the computer is, what date it was made. It could also see that there's glitches inside of it and see that the glitches come from another component. That component is outside of itself. It has evidence and reason to believe that there's another dimension, quote unquote. And there's so much evidence that would lead a simulation to an external world, our world. There's no evidence of that for a God. What other dimension is there? What handprint, fingerprint is there of our universe being created? What blueprint?
We'll see, but then that's where it gets interesting, because if you keep working your way inside the computer, something created something that allowed the computer to operate. Right?
Yeah, but there's evidence
So
for that.
even if that's true. So even if the person that created the most microscopic part of the computer died, we still know that he existed.
Yes,
right?
because there's evidence
Because-
of his existence and the creation of.
So couldn't we put that as part of the universe as well? There had to
Absolutely,
be something
but
there
you have to have evidence for it. I could also say a
Okay.
unicorn did it, and with
That's
the
true.
same thing you say, just have faith, which is belief without evidence. Congratulations, it's dumb. A unicorn made it. Cool. Prove I'm
Okay,
wrong.
But
You can't.
but there's still that question there that something created the universe,
No,
right?
because
okay,
energy
we can
can't
say
be
that.
created. Do you have evidence otherwise?
Well, if energy can't be created, how did we get the universe in the first place?
The energy
There
has
had to be
always
some-
existed. Energy cannot be created. Energy exists, therefore it's always existed. It's a logically sound argument.
Yeah, but didn't something have to put energy in motion then?
No. What is in motion stays in motion unless an external force stops it. If something is not in motion, unless an external force puts it in motion, it stays not in motion. If the default state of energy is motion, it doesn't have to be put in motion by anything. It already is motion. Energy, by literal definition, is the possibility of force. It is default motion. It has always existed. It cannot be created. And until someone demonstrates that a magical unicorn created it, there's no justification or reasoning or logic behind it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I can understand that argument. I guess the biggest thing that we have to figure out is who started it and how do we get
No
that
one.
evidence, like you're saying.
Why you're still
Well-
presupposing that it was started. Energy cannot be
No.
created. Energy exists, therefore it's always existed.
Okay, that's
To
yeah,
presuppose
this-
otherwise without evidence is illogical.
yeah. And this is the first time I've ever heard the argument like this before. That's why I'm intrigued by it.
Sure.
The idea that I like your argument because you're saying that we could assume that anything created.
Oh, for sure.
Which is-
Flying spaghetti
which
monster.
is yeah, which is why I respect that argument, because it's not just nothing could have created it, something could have. We just can't prove that it did.
So here's the thing. I'm a skeptic to a degree. If I were to be like a traditional skeptic and believe literally any and all things are possible,
Mhm.
how do I know that the first law of thermodynamics is true type of thing?
Yeah.
That just leads to absolutely fucking craziness. I have a grounding for truth. My epistemology for truth is going to be more or less natural empiricism. My epistemology for belief systems is going to be that empiricism plus phenomenological explanations for things, as long as there's no defeater arguments for your reasoning. So
Yeah.
you can have reasoning to believe in things that may or may not exist, and you are logically coherent in believing them until something defeats it.
So the idea that we can't, well, I mean, the thing is, I still go back to the original thing. We can't prove that there isn't a God, but we can't prove that there is one.
The law of
either.
causality and time states that your God cannot have created anything. And then also the paradox of the characteristics and caricature of what your God is are paradoxal and untrue. They contradict each other, therefore untrue, because contradictions cannot be true. A bachelor is not a married person. It's not true.
Yeah, that's
So it's impossible for your God to have created anything, let alone exist with all the contradictions of what he is.
Or is it possible that he's still outside of time, space, and matter, that because we can't
Sure,
understand that
it's
logic.
possible, but you have the
Yeah.
burden to demonstrate that you have the burden to prove that it's possible, because in
Yes,
accordance
I
with all
agree.
the laws of reality, it's not. So you'd have
I
to
agree with you on
demonstrate
that.
that he is capable of breaking the laws of reality.
Well, what if we changed the argument completely and you went on the different side of this? What would you do to prove that there is a God?
Well, I grew up as a Christian. My dad is a pastor.
Yeah.
I was in the church my entire life.
Yeah.
I always use the experience arguments as well, and that God
Mm-hmm.
transcends all knowledge. But again, that's special pleading. So once you start studying actual logic, you realize how illogical this God is.
Okay.
So I would use he transcends your knowledge. That would be my argument. And then no one would have it defeated for it, because the majority of people I talk to never studied logic or critical thinking.
Yes. That's
So I just
true.
thought I was hot shit.
Yeah. Did you ever argue on this end that there is a God?
I've only been an atheist for 3 years, brother.
Okay. And
So
so
my
that
whole
means
life, yeah.
before, so you were an apologist before
Oh
this.
yeah. Street preaching too, yeah.
Do you feel like your logical arguments were more thought out than your I guess your atheist views?
Oh hell no. Because I have
No.
mechanisms that explain,
Mm.
like I can explain everything I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, how do I know energy can't be created? Okay,
Mhm.
well, the conservation of energy.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree
But
with
how
you
do
on
you
that
know
part.
that God transcends knowledge and still exists? Oh, well, it just says so in the Bible. Like, that's not an explanation. It's circular reasoning. It's begging the question.
Yeah. During your time as a Christian, do you feel like God ever touched you
Oh,
at any
absolutely.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I used to speak in tongues. I used to have visions and dreams. But then you start learning, and you learn that psychology is fucking amazing.
Well, what makes you think you were having these visions and dreams?
Well, from the perspective of now, confirmation bias and priming effects of the brain and psychology and neurons. The brain is incredibly elastic, and you create new neural pathways whenever you believe something and practice that thing. So as a Christian, I would pray in the Bible, read a verse, and genuinely believe this verse when it says I'm going to have visions. And then I would have a vision, and I would believe that vision would come true, and I would confirmation biasly nitpick out every little itty bitty thing that happened in day-to-day life until I ended up priming my brain to take action for this thing to come true, i.e., God, I need money. Okay, read this verse. This verse says, whatever I ask for in prayer, believing I shall receive, so that the Father may be glorified through the Son. Wonderful. Jesus, I need money. Help me out. And then I'm priming my brain to focus on money. And then guess what? I go to my car. Oh shit, I haven't checked that glove compartment for a while. There's a $100 bill. God, thank you so much. No, it's actually psychology that explains it, not a God.
So, is there anything during your time as a Christian that you can't explain through logic? That
We can
happened?
explain basically everything. If there's any holes, that also goes into a God of the gaps argument. I don't know how this happened. It must have been a God is fallacious. It's illogical.
Okay, and I'm with you on that, but I'm asking about your personal experience. Is there something that happened?
Nope.
So everything that's ever happened.
Well, no,
you
I'd
feel
say
like
there's probably like one thing off the top of my head. Like there was one day I'm sitting, I think it was like a Monday or Tuesday. It wasn't during church. It might have been like before or after a church service, because our house was the church. And I'm sitting on the couch, okay? And to my left is a bag, like a, like when you go shopping at like a thrift store and you get those like plastic bags or whatever, not the shopping like Walmart plastic bags, but the like really nice knit ones. And I just feel weird. I'm having a bad day. And then the fucking bag flies off of the couch and just fucking, 4 feet in front of me, just skids across the floor. And I go up and I'm talking to my dad. I'm like, hey, dude, this just happened. And he's like, oh, man, yeah. Well, there's someone in the house that's dealing with demons. So do I know for a fact that it was not a demon? No. Are there other logical explanations by natural means that it could have been? Yes. Drafts, breezes, strings. I had about 6 brothers that lived in that house that loved to fuck with me. It could have been Maybe it fell because it was on the edge of the. How can I trust my memory? Can I trust my memory? Was the bag actually fully on it, or was it falling over? And when it fell, it toppled head over heel and slid a little bit because of the air compression underneath it, allowing it to have a little bit of room to float, quote unquote, because there's air under it and it's plastic. So if it lays over and there's an air pocket, it's going to float a little bit.
Yeah.
There's so many natural explanations. So do I know for a fact? No. But there's no justification to believe that it was a unicorn.
I agree. That's, and with something that's that unexplainable, you're still, it's not possible.
Well, the most likely scenario is one of my brothers fucking with me with a string.
Have they ever done that before?
Oh my god, yeah.
Okay, well then I can't.
But if
I
they
can't
hadn't
really
done that
argue past
before,
that.
it's a plastic bag that fell from a height. Why would I not believe that there was an air pocket under it when it fell and it just kind of slid a little bit?
Yeah,
That's logical. That is the most likely, other than a string. Or the fan might have been on. Maybe I just don't have a perfect memory. Do you remember what you had for breakfast today? I don't. I don't remember what happened those years ago either.
Yeah, that's, I can respect that. Do you believe that there was actually a man that walked this earth named Jesus?
I have recently subscribed to mythicism, so no, I do not.
Okay, so at one point you did, though, even in your atheistic
Yes,
views.
yeah. I would say this
Okay.
week I have genuinely granted mythicism.
Okay.
J-
And
because of, for instance, if I ask you to demonstrate Jesus, you're going to point to manuscripts. Correct me when I'm wrong. Manuscripts, Gospels, Josephus, Tacitus, and Pliny. Yeah.
that's right. Yes, that's correct. Yeah, like secular writers that were outside of the canon.
Yeah.
That's
Josephus,
correct.
Tacitus, and Pliny never met Jesus. Josephus also talked about Zeus. Doesn't make Zeus real. Tacitus's
true.
writings were edited, and I actually have photo evidence of it on my computer I can pull up. He never talked about Christ. And then Pliny obviously wasn't contemporary. So there's zero contemporary witnesses at all for Jesus. Not even the Romans wrote about his crucifixion, and they wrote about fucking everyone's crucifixion. The Gospels are completely anonymous accounts that the names were attributed in the 2nd century by Irenaeus. Yeah, there's no reason to believe it.
So, what is the benefit of there not being a God?
Absolutely nothing. I mean, well, let me phrase that. Do you agree with everything that Allah teaches in the Quran?
No, of course not. That's
Right.
There's
We
a lot of
feel
very
the same
radical
about,
settings,
and
yeah,
we
there's a lot of
would say
very
the same
radical
about the
settings of
Bible.
that.
For instance,
Yeah.
2 Kings, where he sent 2 bears to maul 42 children alive for calling Elijah bald. That's fucking stupid. Also, when he takes away Pharaoh's free will and then slaughters a bunch of innocent babies.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Like, there's a
lot
lot
of
of
and, you know-
amoral stuff. He also
Yeah,
commands how to beat, own, and kill your slaves and get away with it in Deuteronomy. He, drowns the entire fucking population, including pregnant women. He tells all to go slaughter the Canaanites, including pregnant women. Again, emphasizing dash open the pregnant women's wombs. Like, that's not a good God. Fuck that God. So, same as you would look at the Quran and go, that's fucking disgusting. We look at the Bible the same way, but you're not able to do that because you have confirmation bias of when I say look at him taking away Pharaoh's free will, you see the warnings given to Pharaoh. When I see him slaughtering the firstborn children, you see God's ways are higher than mine. So, like, you have all these excuses for all of these things. Or 2 Kings, when he mauls 2 children, your excuse is going to be there was a mob of people that could have killed Elisha. Sure, there's no part of the Bible that says that, though. The Bible says that they said, "Go away, you bald head." And then 2 bears ripped them limb from limb. That's fucked up. So, for every excuse, there's something I can look at and say that's fucking disgusting.
yeah, I agree with you.
Same as the Quran. The Quran is fucking disgusting. I would argue that the Quran is worse.
Okay, and I respect that from you, because that was that was another
Pause.
thing I was gonna.
I agree that the Quran is worse, but I also agree that the Quran is a little more trustworthy than the Bible. If I were to choose an Abrahamic faith, I would be either a Catholic or a Jew or a Muslim. I would not be a Christian.
Okay, now I'm intrigued by your statements of the Quran. Why would
How
you?
are we getting harassment reports right now. What? Yeah, you're correct that Catholics are Christians. There's 45,000 denominations of Christianity. So why would I choose Muslims over Christian, for instance? Well,
Yeah, well,
there's thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of interpretations and rewritings of this book. The Quran doesn't have that. There's also less, there's only one writer of the Quran. There's less contradictions when it comes to that. Whereas we have so many more. And we actually know who the author of the Quran is, unlike the Gospels, for instance. So there's a lot less unknown about it. There's a lot wrong. Like, they think that sperm comes from the fucking backbone. They believe that the moon was split in two. They believe that someone jerked off into the ocean and spread their seed, making all people. Like, there's a lot of stupid shit in there. But there's a little bit more justification to believe in it.
okay. That's interesting. I'm gonna have to look into that because I've never heard those.
Dude, I bought it recently. It's fucking stupid. Genuinely. Also, the fact that they fucking own their wives literally and can just beat the shit out of them is fucking disgusting. And that Muhammad fucking raped a 12-year-old. Like, it's all disgusting. But also, God raped a 12-year-old too in the Bible, called Mary. So
Yeah, I've heard this argument as well. I'm not sure on how set I am on that, but
New Islamometry showing more than one writer for the Quran. You're gonna have to send me that. That's interesting. I don't know how much I believe that.
yeah, I've never heard that either. Well, I can definitely say that I have some stuff that I have to walk away from this conversation. I need to look into it because you brought up some things that I've actually never heard of. So
Oh, I love that.
I need to look into that. Now, I'm not saying that's going to change my faith or what I believe, but
Sure.
I definitely want to look into those types of I'm not going to say allegations, but definitely
Allegations, yeah,
statements.
100%. Nothing I said is true until you actually look at it and justify its truthfulness.
Well, again, I hope to have a more respectful conversation than to use anything that's accusatory of anyway. So, but I think that's all I have from this conversation, my man. I mean, I do appreciate your time.
You're a sweet man. I appreciate you hopping up and saying hi.
No, well, thank you, sir.
Yeah, you have a good day, all right?
You too.
W to that. That was really good. Doo-doo. We're gonna Potato, you've been up quite a lot this week, so I'm gonna get up the new guy first, which is gonna be Drew. I'll get you after Drew. Want to give him a chance. How's it going, Drew?
Going good, bro. Just want to say, I love your talking points and your jawline. You're a handsome man. That's right.
Thanks,
All
brother.
right. Have a good day, man.
You too. That's funny. Potato it is. A potato flew around my room before you came.
Yo, son. So, like, are you gonna like defend yourself from like you getting clipped by KB or no?
You doing this again?
I mean, it kind of seems like you don't know anything about multi-ontological truths, because you said it's not going to be true because there's no evidence for God, and you didn't justify that claim at all, meaning your argument's begging the question.
Define begging the question.
It's presupposed.
False.
How?
Define
Explain.
begging the question. You want to say I'm using a
Explain.
fallacy? Explain how I'm wrong.
I just explained it and you said it was wrong, so explain how I'm wrong.
Yeah, begging the question is when you have your premises and the conclusion is slipped into the premises. So do you want to?
No, that's presupposing the That's presupposing your premise. Yeah, so
that's
it's
begging
still
the
going to be
question.
considered presupposing. So like, yeah, your contention would just like be inherently false. Go ahead.
I hear the birds chirping. It sounds like you have a nice place where you're at.
I mean, I guess.
You guys got any rain?
It was raining yesterday.
Yeah, we got a bit of
But
rain
saying
here.
it's relevant to the
It's
topic.
been really windy here, actually. Hope we
Oh,
don't have a
really?
tornado or anything. Yeah, I live in the Midwest, man. We had a tornado
That one's fine.
2 weeks ago. You know when those big storms flew through? We had a tornado touchdown like 5 miles from me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, I'm upstate, so I don't really deal with that.
Oh, that's valid. That's valid, brother. Well, do you want to actually have a legitimate discussion here, or are you just trolling around?
Sure. Okay. So
Like,
when you
we've-
say you
we've
need
had-
evidence for
We've had this conversation before. We've gone over the context thing with the clips. You even agreed with me, and you're back saying the literal same thing that
No, I didn't
contradicted our
agree with you. Kick me
agreement.
down.
You did.
Yeah,
You
no, I can
agreed
say
with
the
me on
I can just say the
context.
context. You know, I can say I didn't need any further context
You can
because
say
you
that,
really,
but
you
I
really,
can also just magically say anything I want as well. I can magically
mean
say anything in the universe. It doesn't make it true. So you can say you have exactly. So you got to use that critical thinking on yourself as well. I still
no, but,
stand
like,
that there is no
saying
evidence
you
for
need to-
God.
saying
We're
you
not
need to
going to
know a
argue
further
about
state
me and
about the
KB's
argument doesn't
argument.
necessarily
Me and
mean
you have
that
already
the
talked
further
about
states don't give
KB's
you any
argument
more
multiple
information
times
about the
now
argument.
because every single day that I'm streaming, you come up and say the same script over again. You're a cool guy.
It's fun.
We have some decent, we don't like fight ever. I'd be down to have this actual conversation with you if you want to provide some reason I should justifiably believe in your God.
Okay. Yeah, no, but like you're making the claim that God doesn't exist, right?
I'm saying there's no evidence for God. That doesn't mean he doesn't
Oh,
exist.
okay, so why would I need evidence? That's argument from ignorance fallacy.
Yeah, what?
Why would I need empirical evidence? Go ahead.
Because the universe is empirical and your God created the empirical
Yeah,
universe.
so just because you make an
It's an
empirical
empirical
claim,
claim.
you have to suffice that.
It's an empirical claim, so you need to demonstrate it
justification.
true in science. The universe
Yeah,
is
no, it
demonstrated
doesn't
with science.
It doesn't necessitate you needing
Yes, the
empirical
universe is in the realm of
No, it
science.
doesn't.
So if you don't want to use science to demonstrate it physically, observably, then you have to use logic, which is still going
That's
to
not
require
true.
evidence because the universe is empirical. How is it not true?
So you realize you're rationalizing up to that conclusion, right?
I'm an
Meaning
empiricist.
you're
Why
not-
should I not
so,
be?
Like you're not using empiricism, right? To
Yes,
justify empiricism.
yes, I am.
Hold on, can you empirically justify empiricism? Go ahead.
I can look up the definition, sure. No, I can't do it off the top of my head.
No, I'm not asking for the definition.
Empiricism.
I'm asking you to empirically justify empiricism.
That's dumb and nonsensical. The theory that all knowledge
no,
is
it's
derived from
nonsense
sense
because-
experience.
because
There
you
we
need
go.
Empirical evidence for everything. Yeah,
No,
so
and I
that's
agreed with that.
empirical.
What was my explanation for why I would require scientific evidence? Or what was my other
Because
evidence
you're
I said I would
making
take?
an
Pause.
empirical
What was the other
Because you're
evidence?
making an empirical
What was the other
claim.
evidence I
That's
said I
what
would
it's
take?
saying.
What was the other evidence I said I would take?
I wasn't tracking. I was talking.
I know you weren't
Trying to
tracking, slow boy.
I'm
All right, Potato, you're officially banned from being up anymore. You're just annoying at this point. It's the same argument over and over and over, and just burden shifting the entire time. If you have evidence for God, provide it. If I'm wrong, demonstrate how I'm wrong. Burden shifting how? Well, I said there's no evidence for God, and all you did was make me justify why empiricism is true instead of justifying why you can prove something without it when it comes to an empirical claim. So you have a burden of proof for your unicorn. So enjoy chatting. I will no longer be responding to you in chat. You can chat with the other people or go suck someone else's dick. What's up, Ariel?
Hi, how are you?
Are you over the age of 18?
Yes, I'm
Troll. No callers on YouTube either. If you guys want to call in, you can click that link that is pinned in the chat and go into the waiting room, and I can get you in. Oh my God, shut up, Potato. Go stroke someone else's dick, please, for the love of your God. Prove God or fuck off. You're annoying. Ariel just sounded like a fake voice, and I recognized the name. Russell, you haven't even requested. Don't tell me to let you up if you're not going to request. I love how matter of fact you are. Thank you, John. Appreciate you. Cheer up. I'm perfectly happy right now. You know what I'm going to be doing when I'm done streaming? I'm going to play some fucking Valorant all night long. I'm on my weekend now. I'm in a damn good mood. Now, given I've only had 3 hours of sleep, so I'm a little bit grumpy, but that's what the energy drink you saw me. I've had, oh my God, dude, I've been chugging Celsiuses. I made the mistake of going out and buying a 12-pack of Celsiuses 3 days ago. I've went through them all. It's bad. Can I call in? I'm bored again, Christian. I'm a bored again Christian. Wait, okay, are you actually Christian? I'll let you in. If you want to call in on YouTube, I have it pinned that says link to call in. If you click that, it puts you into this waiting room. And once I unmute you, I'll say your name, whatever name you put in, I'll say your name and say, hey, you're on live. We like spicy EF. Well, I like you. No running, muting, or pivoting. You gotta take your own advice. Fucking request up or don't, dude. If you say one more time, let me up, I'm just gonna fucking mute you. Go troll someone else. I don't give a flying monkey's ass about your bitching. I could not give a fuck less about your crying. Cry elsewhere. Either request up or fuck off. Yes, I make money off your God, same as Joel Osteen, bitch. And your entire church service. Tithe 10% so I can get a new jet. The kids that are dying in Gaza, fuck them. Oh my God, cry baby. Get muted, Raw. Go troll another chat. You can request up or fuck off. As I said 4 times. God. What the fuck? Someone just commented on YouTube something completely not in English. Let me translate this. I will send you to God if you don't give me that girl. What? Huh? Why did you kick me? Because it sounded like you were using a fake voice. Straight up, it sounds like you're a troll. If you're a troll, go troll someone else. It's that simple. Uno, dos, tres. Da, 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 da. If it wasn't fake, request up and I'll test you. I don't believe anything anyone says ever unless I have a reason to believe you. I do not respect you until I have a reason to respect you. I don't, like, every single thing I believe is based on evidence. All right, Ariel, what year were you born in?
I was born in the year 2000. I'm 25.
We're the same age. Okay. Which God do you believe in?
Yay!
Yo, guys, doesn't Ariel actually sound like Tired Eyes? She sounds a lot like Tired Eyes. That is hilarious. Are you Tired Eyes?
No.
Okay, that's fine. What you got for me today? Why should I believe in your God?
Oh, I'm not a Christian. I just wanted to come up here and say that we need more atheists.
Fuck
Like,
yes.
Yes, like we need more atheists like you. We need to.
Aw, thank you.
I'm so anti-religion. Like it needs to be fucking abolished. Like
I'm not completely anti-religion because I do agree that Like the data shows that more religious societies are happier. So I do genuinely believe that many people need their religion. But I do agree that indoctrination in and of itself leads to nothing good.
Yeah, like we're not gonna progress as a society if we keep doing things the way that we are now.
I can agree with that to some degree. That's fair.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you hopping up and saying hi. All right.
All right.
You have yourself a good weekend. Well, that was sweet. W's to her. We are mod. We are one. You will comply. What? I'm not going to play. Ooh, Bun's in a mood. Y'all on YouTube are fucked if you don't obey. The data is based on self-reporting. I don't find it compelling at all. Sure. I do find it compelling because there is psychology that goes into it. Like the explanations are psychological. Like, why are Christians happier? Well, they have a lot more community typically than atheists do. We do not go to church every Sunday. They do. They are forced to be surrounded by people that supposedly love them and are supposedly there for them. So even if it's false security, they still have some form of security. So that's why I accept it. Coping mechanisms make happy. Yeah, literally. Yeah, and I agree that it's a coping mechanism 100%, 1000%. But that's also why I'm not like a strict hardcore empiricist. Like I can grant people their belief based on why they believe it because I know that some people need it. I'm not going to grant that it's real or exists, but I can absolutely grant them their belief. Plus, I've seen physical things God's done for me. Name them. Happy Friday, return chatter. Good to see you all again. I don't know why I just copied your Spock handshake. Just pause Star Trek. I've never seen Star Trek before, by the way. Well, no, that's not true. I watched those clips of that new Star Trek TV show on TikTok. Jesus died so you could live. Prove he died. What I dislike is people thanking God for people making it through surgery. So again, I do agree with that. I think it's incredibly disrespectful to the professionals and the people that spend their entire fucking life studying to be able to save lives to never be thanked for saving a life, and instead a unicorn is thanked. But at the same time, also, like when I was a Christian, I would thank the doctor, but then I would also thank God for giving the doctor the calling for being a doctor. No Star Trek heresy. Yeah, never seen it. I'm 25, not 45. Love you guys. Sorry, had to hit that. By the way, I've been using some whitening products. I'm almost a shade whiter. Almost. I got another like 2-3 days, and then my by the end of next week, my teeth will be a few shades whiter. Super fucking excited. Read Austin 3:16. What? Do you believe in Satan? No. I don't believe in anything spiritual. I would love to. I'm older than 45, but thank you, of course. The need of the many outweigh the needs of the few. Gospel of Spock. That's awesome. Where do you live? Your mom's house? Austin 3:16 says, I just whooped your ass. Happy nailing day. Dude, that's so true. I've never thought of that. That's fucking funny. Dude, that's so funny. Literally. Ha! Oh, that's so fucked up. Thank you for that. Healing is a miracle, whether instant or slow. That's why people thank God for our healing miracles. You have no reason to believe that they were actually healed by a divine presence. Tribbles for the win. What is tribbles? How do you think the universe was created? It wasn't created. You're presupposing that it was created based on a book that was written by human beings with no evidence justifying its truthfulness. Do you believe life after love? What? I'm watching this show with no pants. Me too, bro. Fucking fast tracked all those comments. Solovino? Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. Where's my mod, Tiny Hands? I guess you have been around for a little while. I don't know if we actually need more mods, though. Up your ass. Let's get Solo in here. What's up, Solo?
Hello, how are you?
Red Solo Cup. I lift you up.
Yes. Let's have a party.
Hell yeah. All right, you over the age of 18, brother?
Yes, sir.
All right, which God do you believe in?
I believe in Jesus Christ.
Hell yeah, man. What you got for me today? Why should I?
You should believe in Jesus Christ because, well, first of all, you can't single out the God before you can determine that a God exists at all, right? So you have to determine that a God exists and then determine which God that is.
I agree.
Right? Okay, good. So the reason that God exists is that there is a first cause.
Nope.
Okay.
Well, I mean, sure, energy, but...
So why would you choose energy over God?
Because the first law of thermodynamics says energy can't be created, so you would have a burden to prove that it can be and was created by your God.
That's adorable, but the problem is that you're just stating that as if though it's a Bible verse. I could just say that the reason that energy exists.
No, I'm not
is
stating
because
it
God
as a
created it.
Bible verse, which is written by man with zero evidence. I'm stating it as a scientific fact proven through the law of conservation of energy.
Yeah, but how's that proven?
Conservation of energy, demonstrated, critiqued, scrutinized beyond reasonable doubt. It is a law.
Sure.
It is not a theory or explanation as to why. It is what energy is and how it works.
Yeah. So what you're basically doing is you're just saying that conservation energy is scrutinized. It's a law. It's been studied. Okay, fine. I will say.
Do you know
the
what a scientific
Bible
law is?
It's a law. It's been scrutinized. It's been studied. Therefore, I have the same explanation that you
Yes,
do.
sure. You can say that. Yes. We can get into that. Yes, we can get into that.
Okay. Good.
Sure, I can grant that. Okay, so here's where I would agree or disagree that the Bible is true then. If we're talking about the universe, for instance, and the creation thereof of energy and whatnot, the Bible, Genesis 1:1 says God created the heavens and the earth, and then 1:14, day 4, God created the sun, moon, and stars. That's false, and we know that thanks to dating methods. The earth is formed by collisions and gravity.
Mm-hmm.
It is younger than the sun, but the Bible says otherwise, and that's
Sure.
false. So the Bible is not a law, and it's written by human beings.
Okay, but that's predicating everything that the Bible says has to be some sort of scientific explanation.
It is a scientific claim. It's saying that the
Why?
universe was created in this order. The earth was made before the sun. It is false. Where does it say in that scripture this is purely metaphorical?
I'm sorry, if you're going to take that claim, then where does it say in the scripture that this is not metaphorical?
Right. So it doesn't.
Okay.
So we read
So
it
then
as
we're
it
on
is
the-
said, and what it says is the earth is made before the sun, which is false.
Sure, but what it says is left up to interpretation. If you want to interpret it in that way in order to
Yeah,
like,
you can
skew it in a way
interpret
that is
anything you want
beneficial
when
to
there's no
you.
conclusion
Exactly.
and
So you're
evidence.
just- sir, so you're just interpreting it in a way that is
No, I'm
beneficial
reading it.
to your
The
rhetorical
words say that the earth is older than the sun, period. What interpretation demonstrates a justification to believe that it's the wrong interpretation of what the words say?
because you're still interpreting it as a way as that it's being interpreted like it's a scientific fact.
It's saying
And I
a
don't think
scientific
that-
fact. It is
It's
saying
not.
that the
It
earth
never-
is
it's
older
ne-
than the sun.
Okay, so can you point out to me in
That's
the
a
Bible where it said
scientific
that
claim.
can you point out to me in the Bible where it's saying that this is the literal scientific truth?
Brother,
Brother, I'm talking to you. Hi, brother.
do you believe the Bible's literal?
No, I'm an atheist. I'm sorry. I'm just fucking with you. I'm just really good at debating. I'm not really an atheist. I'm not really a theist. I'm just fucking with you. You see my fans in the chat there. They're all waving hi at me and shit. It's all good. I appreciate
You
what
son
do.
of a bitch.
I know, right? I suck.
God, that was
Hey.
so annoying.
I appreciate what you do, though. Have a good one.
I love you. You have a good one, brother. God damn it. That was... Fuck me. Oh. I was just about to get into circular reasoning. Damn it. I was getting excited. Yeah, he had me. Clipped? Yeah, this is all clipped. It all goes onto YouTube. I stream on YouTube and TikTok. It's all recorded. You did get me good. Very much did get me good. Oh, man. Brother, 3 hours of sleep and then I got to deal with that. Ugh. Every creation demands a creator. You're okay, cool. Let's use your logic. Your creator is energy. But worship energy. Why 3? Well, I got off work at 10, went to bed at about 1, and then went to work, got up and went to work at 5-ish a.m. Do you believe there's anything beyond the physical? No, but I would love to. Oh, yeah, no, I completely separate real life from streaming. Did you say Genesis is a scientific fact? Well, it's making scientific claims. Shiv 2? What's Shiv 2? Oh, and I'm not napping. After I'm done streaming, I'm going to play some Valorant. Chivalry? Chivalry? Chivalry 2? What? I think every time you get a restriction, you should restart. Yeah. Repent to God. Make me. That's what I think about that. Evan, you wanted to hop up? I would. If you're Evan, are you able to hop up today? I think that's what is killing you. I can restart. If you're gonna hop up, I'll restart before you hop up. Please, putty please. What? Cody, you like ever played PlayerUnknown? No, I have not. I'm not a hardcore gamer, guys. I grew up playing Call of Duty and Halo. Then I got into Skyrim, Minecraft, and then last year Valorant. It's really all I play. Conrad, let's get you in here, brother. Do you have Tourette's? I do. You are the first person to actually notice. I've had to say it. What's up, Conrad? What the fuck? Apex, never played it. What's up, Ken? No more. This chat is not your pulpit. God, I love you, bud. That's so funny. Do we have any callers on the YouTube? We do not. What? Dude, you guys are arguing like crazy on YouTube. Why aren't you fucking... I love Aiden the Historian. Eh? You need online storage and unlimited access to Gemini? No. I use ChatGPT usually. But I also have a Google Pixel, so I just have AI anyway. Have you experienced psychedelics before? I don't like being out of my mind. Oblivion, Fallout, Skyrim, Cyberpunk. I've never played Cyberpunk, but I want to. Feminism is like the Call of Duty zombie game. It gets harder to deal with them. Oh, Jesus Christ, that's fucked up. Is this tough for the Christians because the day their boy died? That's fucked up. You guys are on one today, God. All right, we're going to restart the TikTok stream real quick. Do you watch anime? Sometimes. Let's restart that stream. It's kind of annoying that we got reported when having a good conversation. I genuinely think it's not the Christians reporting in chat. I think it's genuinely just the AI watching the streams and like listening for buzzwords and stuff. And like whenever you say something along the lines of F this or F that, religion, etc., blah, 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 it restricts you automatically. I don't think it's actually reports. Wait for some people to get back in here. Can I have Subway too? I'd love some Subway. Go get me some. That's yet another reason why TikTok is garbage. Yep. Is chat on PC always on live chat? What? What's up, Chaz? Subway nasty as fuck. Y'all need Jesus. That's funny. I would rather make my own sandwich. Yeah. I have gin and I have a tonic. Hell yeah. Share. Shroud of Turin. Shower curtain just arrived. Happy Good Friday. Shroud of Turin shower curtain. God. From the last live, I don't seem to like feminist debaters since they try to label you in every way. Huh? Quite a claim about the reports, Cody. Got any evidence? Yeah, fuck you. That's my evidence. Boom, reported. Canada Dry. Isn't that I was labeled as okay. Yeah. And why do I gotta be Jordan? Maybe I am. What's wrong with that? Yeah, I mean, if someone doesn't like the way, like, if you're talking like gender, then I just grant, you know, because like, just got to be smart with that stuff, Chaz. Like, you'd be upset if I called you a girl. So, you know, just got to be. You do kind of look like a 90s third grade teacher that's a lesbian. Thank you. Shout out to Judas for the 3-day weekend. Ukaside. Chat's kind of dead on TikTok. Get some reposts going. If we don't get a caller in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to go on ahead and hop off and then start streaming again tomorrow. So at 2:10. I have no clue what you're talking about, Ket. Hot Dickens. What? I look like a Timu Javon Bradley. Is Javon that a streamer? Peak YouTube chat. YouTube is fucking amazing, dude. I love YouTube so much more than TikTok. Hi, Ann. Welcome in. Love seeing you here. Hot Dickens cider. Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right, Mundane. Let's get you in here. Montreal. Ooh. We are much more mature on YouTube. I don't know about that. What's up, Mundane?
Yo, what's up, man?
How you doing, brother?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing all right, brother. You over the age of 18?
Nice. Yes, sir, I am.
All right. Which God do you believe in?
Christian.
Awesome. What you got for me today? Why should I believe in him?
Yeah, so it's gonna be premise one. If trivialism is true, then the Christian God exists. Trivialism is true, therefore the Christian God exists. Which premise do you reject? A low tier
hate
bitch
you.
face, which premise do you reject? A bitch face, which premise do you reject? So are you gonna run and kick me, or are you gonna tell me which premise you reject? A dick muncher, are you gonna tell me which premise you reject? A cocksucker, are you gonna tell me which premise you reject? A dick ass, are you gonna tell me which premise you reject? A fuckface, you can tell me which premise you reject? Are you stun locked? Do you need a minute to think? You need a minute to fucking ChatGPT fucking low tier? And tell me which premise you reject low tier?
ChatGPT for a
Moron?
trivialism argument.
Yeah, which premise do you reject, moron? A moron. Which premise do you reject? I don't know why you let another person up here. So which premise do you reject up first? Hey dipshit, which
What's up,
premise do you
David?
reject?
How you doing, Chaz?
Mundane.
Did I fucking put a
Mundane.
Tsukiyomi on you right now? You're stun locked. Kinda get
Earth
you kinda
to
get jutsu, bud.
mundane. Your Earth to mundane. Can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up, super? Which premise do you reject? Fucking low tier,
Sorry,
bitch.
I'm gonna ask you this right. You know that like giving insults
Evidence
to
first, you're a fucking
the debate
infinite
isn't really
Tsukiyomi
a
right now, you
debate.
low
Like,
tier
you're,
piece of
you're
shit.
meant to be debating arguments.
Yeah,
It's
super,
not
you
called
fair.
rhetoric,
go
you
drink.
fucking idiot.
Like,
What?
if you maybe like read how
Oh,
debates
W
work.
David!
It's called rhetoric, you fucking idiot. What?
Yo, David's beating your ass right now, super. David's fucking mogging you right now, you
What's
low
he
tier piece of
saying?
shit.
People
Scumbag.
use
I don't hear what
rhetoric
he's saying.
in
He's just muffling right
real
now.
IRL debates,
That's
like,
right,
you know,
David. That's
pursue the audience. Rhetoric is meant
Like,
to
dude,
pursue
if
the
you know
audience
that
and
debating
fucking
doesn't
debate,
work
you
by insulting,
actual
it works by
dipshit, you
exchanging
fucking
knowledge.
idiot. Yo, you're slow, bitch. You're slow. You're slow.
No, you know that debating works by
Yo, me and
exchanging
David are
knowledge
mogging you
to
fucking
point
low tiers right
arguments,
Hey,
now.
mate.
not
Hey,
point
mate. Hey,
insults
mate.
to each
Do you
other.
know that insults are bad in debates? Mate. Hey, mate. Hey, mate.
Hey, super, go drink your fucking tea, you little Brit. Holy.
Dude, I don't even
Anyways,
like tea. I don't even know what you're
I
about
don't even
there.
like tea, mate. I don't even
Mate,
like
you're
tea. I
literally
prefer
trying to,
crumpets
mate,
over
you're trying to
tea.
defend for your girl because that's how cool you
I
are.
only eat the crumpets and I
Dude, you
don't
think
drink
you're
the
that cool?
tea. Mate, I only eat the crumpets, but I don't drink the tea, lad. So anyways, bitch face ass over dick ass. Can you tell me which premise you reject, you low tier piece of shit scumbag?
Is that all you got to say? Is that the best you could come up with?
Yeah, which premise do you reject?
What do you mean which premises do I reject?
Who got reported? Oh, he got kicked.
Huh.
Wait, yeah.
What was he yapping about?
Oh, they're just trolling. It's
What?
trivialism arguments.
What's the like argument that there like is no evidence for God?
Yeah, I'm just making the negative claim of there's no evidence for God as a prompt to get people to try and, justify why I should believe in their God.
Yeah.
You don't think you have to give evidence for like affirmative claims.
Yeah, so Super, now that the king's back, can you come with premise you rejected the argument, low tier bitch? Low tier scumbag piece of shit?
That's how much of a
Yeah,
bitch
so
you are.
low tier Brit scumbag piece of shit. Your ass up, face down in the conversation right now. So tell me which premise you reject.
Sounds
low tier.
hot.
That's how low tier you are.
Yeah, low tier, which premise you reject? Fucking scumbag piece
Because you
of
have
shit.
multiple accounts, you're low tier.
Hey, scumbag piece of... Hey, scumbag. Come which premise you reject?
Scumbag, mate, you're the scumbag 'cause you have multiple alt accounts. What, like,
Yeah,
he's
so
trying
are
to
you
hide
gonna tell me which premise you reject? Oh yeah, I have
You've
about
got
5
multiple
more I can
alts,
use.
he's
So
trying
are
to
you
hide
telling me which
from.
premise you
He
reject?
does have a lot of alts.
Yeah, no, he's trying to hide from someone. I can tell you. He's trying to hide.
Hide from who? What?
I mean, that's
Wait,
for
wait,
you
wait,
to guess because you've got multiple alt accounts and I don't
Super.
even know.
This you, bro? This you?
What is he talking about?
What?
Dude, I don't think you...
Wait.
Put me big screen.
No,
Wait, yeah. Can we get him
we
big
don't
screen?
need.
well done, you can't say
camera
I'm
Big
on
screen.
fine.
Big screen. Wait, big. Big screen.
Can we get him big screen,
No,
please? Oh,
we're not doing
Victim.
that.
Anyway, Super, your ass up, face down in the conversation right now. Can you tell me which premise you reject? Also, I'll be Nettie and Henny is my teammate, so we can 2v2.
Human being, what you just said.
Oh,
All right, we'll do a
Henny's with you?
2v2. Me and Nettie versus you two.
Cool.
So the proposition we got exists. We'll be taking the affirmative. You guys will take the negation. We'll start
Chaz
with our
is a
argument.
We're just
Christian.
affirming that there's at least one such piece of evidence that God exists.
Chaz is a Christian.
Yeah,
That's
I'm a
right.
Christian.
That's right, Nettie. Who's a Christian?
Chaz.
I'm a Christian.
Yeah.
I'm a Roman
Oh,
Catholic.
okay, we can 2v1 you then.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm not going after Cody, bro. I respect Cody.
Well, trivialism is true, and you don't respect me.
Like you can be Christian and still respect people.
Well, this trend or trivia.
They're not Christian either. They're
All right, Nettie, do
atheists.
you want to start with our argument and then,
I said our argument. Yo, I love this guy, bro. Okay, yeah. Well, just to get clear, I don't think you know what evidence is. I don't think you know how to ground what evidence
Cool.
is. I don't think you know what an evidential relation is.
Cool.
I don't think you know anything about epistemology broadly. If I asked you 5
Facts.
basic questions, true.
Yeah,
if
no,
I
I
asked
don't
you
know
5
anything.
basic, true. If I asked you 5 basic questions about epistemology, you would
That's
shine your
true.
big ass gums.
Yeah, I know nothing.
Smile,
Huh? I don't want to.
smile. Good job. Yeah, you will be, and then we'll see those fat ass gums, boy. So, anyways,
that's not debating.
yeah, I
That's
just don't think he
That's not
knows
debating.
enough to say. Wait, the claim is this: like, I just don't think you know enough to say that there's evidence because I don't think you know what evidence is. I also don't
Do
think
you
you know how to
know-
ground
do you know
evidence,
what evidence
or what
is?
an evidential relation is. Yeah, that which counts in favor of a proposition or
Nettie.
hypothesis. Just
Wait,
told you.
Nettie, are you theist or atheist?
Did you track? I'm agnostic, but I just don't think this guy knows what evidence is.
Nettie,
Yeah, I just told you. Are you tracking?
Nettie, are you theist or atheist?
Oh,
That's a tracking
Monday
error.
he didn't
Oh,
track. Monday he didn't track. He
Yeah,
dead ass
so
did
he
not
said he's
track what I just said,
agnostic,
boy.
which means he doesn't
The
affirm
hell?
or negate the
Okay,
proposition.
he's on,
Low tier.
okay, he's agnostic.
Yeah, I just
Low
don't
tier
think
piece
the
of
host
shit.
knows what evidence is. Low tier, scumbag.
Yeah.
Great job, you have evidence in your name, but you don't know what it is. Absolute low tier piece of shit. So evidence first, can you answer any of Nettie's questions?
I'm actually ready for a real conversation, so bye.
Oh.
Yeah,
You
that's
guys,
literally what
yeah,
I'm saying.
they got boring pretty quickly.
Like, dude, like we just want a general conversation on debates, not insulting one another. Because where does that take us?
There's literally like Discord channels with philosopher guys that literally just go in and troll for shits and giggles. They're not. I don't even think they're Christian. I believe they're all atheists. They're just fucking around.
Yeah, I don't go. Yeah. Jeez.
They just get the clip and they post it. So there's probably going to be a clip out there saying I know nothing about epistemology and I know nothing.
Yeah,
I'm
that's-
dumb. Yeah.
I don't get why people they label to try and get something out of it. They're trying to like feel wanted, you know.
Yeah. Phil Bros. Sorry, Corey. You're correct. Phil Bro douchebags.
Ooh. I mean, I've never seen Phil Bros actually. Like I've heard of them loads of times. But
Oh
I've
yeah,
never seen
those are Phil Bros. That when I talk about Phil Bros, that's what I'm talking about. Notice how I didn't say a word and they just kept going like a lawnmower.
Oh yeah, they're just LARPing, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah.
Let's see if anyone else intends to join. But like, dude, like I was even like reading from like ChatGPT, like I was like giving in like debate answers and stuff, and like saying like, is this the good answer? Is this not? And it's literally telling me like to make a good debate, insulting isn't the way. You know, like it's like you're exchanging knowledge. That's what a debate is. You're exchanging knowledge and giving your own opinions and facts, etc., etc. Not insulting, because that's not a debate. That's just you trying to.
So
you know.
yeah, there's an ad hominem fallacy, which is like if you bring up something and I say you're wrong because you're a dumbass, that's an ad hom fallacy. If I say you're a dumbass, but this is why you're wrong, and then I explain it, it's not an ad hom fallacy. I'm just being an asshole.
Yeah, I mean, like, I understand, like, you know, you can trash talk and stuff like that on
Yeah.
debates. But like, if you were to trash talk, you at least got to know that you can prove why you can trash talk by giving valid responses, etc., etc. But yeah, I get your point. It's just like, you know, people just be insulting left and right, like they just
Oh, they're
entitled to.
literally just trolling to get clips. There's a lot of them. There's an entire Discord full of guys like that.
I think it's yeah, they just don't get.
When I
much
say
of
there
it.
is literally a Discord, I'm not even shitting you. There's literally a Discord for those guys.
That is crazy.
Yeah, like literally. I'm not even exaggerating. There's literally a Discord group.
Like, do they have nothing else better to do in their lives than to just
Well,
try
so
and
like
trick us?
the Discord is like, there are some genuine people that are trying to learn philosophy and logic, and they'll like shoot their stuff in there, but quite a few of them come on to live streams just to fuck around, like this right here. You can listen to what they say.
Yo.
Saw, dude.
Baby Crusader.
Yeah.
Yo, so right. Number one, so you say that you're making an empirical claim when you say that, oh my god, bro. This what was that babe? Yeah, so when you say that the universe is contingent upon all powerful being, that's the empirical claim. So go ahead and prove that's empirical. Go ahead.
I think he's sleeping.
No, he's clip farming.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you say something of importance finally?
I've been saying that, but you kind of dodged me by putting me down. Go ahead.
Go ahead for what?
Response. Duh. Like, what?
Respond to what? You just said something that didn't need a
Yeah,
response.
it doesn't necessarily need to have a specific type of response, but we're having a fruitful conversation, are we not?
Fruitful? Cool. What's your argument?
Yeah, so like I said earlier, right, you're making the claim that the universe is making the universe is going to be empirical. So you're gonna have to justify that claim. Go ahead.
Yeah, the universe is empirical.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying the observation of the universe is empirical, right? But
Is
I'm
the universe
saying
empirical, yes or
drawing
no?
contingency. Yeah, no, so like I was saying, right,
Is the
drawing
universe
a
empirical, yes or
contingency.
no?
Contingency is empirical,
Is the
no.
universe empirical, yes or no?
Not the contingent part, no.
Is the universe empirical, yes or no?
Not the contingent origin, no.
Define that. Expand on what you just said. Not the incontingent part. What? That was fucking. Those were words. Yeah. Congratulations. No, make it make sense now. Put the words in the correct order for it to make sense. So the non-contingent. What? The universe is necessary. All things are contingent on the universe. If you're going to ChatGPT right now, I'm just gonna drop it. He's going to ChatGPT. Deuces.
Yeah, looks like it. Yeah. He didn't have a PC at the ready to just go on ChatGPT.
Yeah, no, he's another one that just comes up and runs around. Son, yeah, see. They all go. Yeah, they literally like they're on Discord and they'll be like, all right, evidence first is live. Let's go fuck with them. And then when Ian goes live, all right, let's go get Ian. Okay. Dr. Blitz is live. Let's go get him. Like they do it to literally all of them. They do it both Christians and atheists. I believe the majority of them are atheist.
Yeah, but like as I said, like it just comes to the thing where like debates on TikTok are pointless with the amount of trolls there are,
Oh,
etc.
Jay, you can re-request.
Oh, he's back. Okay.
Hey, I have a question of something that I thought of and wanted to. Yeah, sure thing. You come in here. Cool. Yep, I'm dodging potato. I'm pathetic. I'm a piece of shit. I have no evidence. I have no argument. I don't know what I'm talking about. Go on to the next person. Shoot, fly, shoe. What is up, Jay? What you got for me, brother?
So I was talking to this guy, right? And we
Sure.
were talking about morals, and
Yeah.
I had said that morals are opinions, and I said this because when you look at morals, and because the argument was that atheists couldn't have objective morals, right? And I said, you're right. We couldn't, because basically, life really has no meaning. And when somebody says objective morals, I like to think of that as you saying morals have opinions. So morals do have opinion, because it's by it being objective, that means it's agreed upon, right? So I wanted to know if you also think morals are opinions or if you don't.
Morals are subjective in every definition, yeah.
Okay, thank you. I just want to know your opinion on that because that guy
Yeah.
had me feeling crazy. Like I felt like I was
Was he a
talking to a
believer?
brick wall. Yeah, he was a
Okay.
believer. And
Well,
it's like,
remember, even them, their morals are grounded in the mind of God, therefore subjective still.
well, I never even thought of it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, never even thought of it like that. That's
Yeah,
a
morals are
great
subjective
point.
for all people of all religions, of lack of fucking just period. They are.
Yeah, I just needed to know I wasn't going nuts.
Yeah, no, you're good. There are some arguments for objective morality, like Nobody on Fire on TikTok and YouTube. He's got some decent arguments. I don't grant them because I have a defeater for every single one of them, but with his reasoning, he does justify them. I don't grant the justifications, and I cannot subscribe to them because I don't grant the premises, but so people can have an argument for it, and if you're able to defeat it, you are. If you're not, then you should probably, have a second thought towards it. There's different perspectives as well. Like words have different what's the word? Concepts. So like if we're talking about the philosophical concept of subjective and objective, we're going to be saying mind dependent or mind independent. So anything that's dependent on your mind and thoughts, feelings, opinions, and tastes is subjective. Therefore, all morals are subjective because they're all dependent on mind and action and thoughts. So
Yeah, I feel like the only logical thing that you could make that morals are objectively a real thing is if you try and say, well, if multiple agree, like let's say the whole world agreed upon it, it could mean it's true, but I also like to think of that just appealing to the masses. You get what I'm saying? Just because everybody is saying something doesn't make it true. Doesn't mean
Yeah.
that it's correct. Doesn't.
yeah, I can
I've never been
imagine
able to.
a unicorn
I,
doesn't make it
I've
exist.
Yeah, I've never been able to understand when somebody says that atheists can't have morals, but then when you try and argue with them, they just completely shut you up. They don't let you speak. They talk over you. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, I it's super easy argument that you don't have morals. Okay, cool. I believe it's morally wrong to spank your child. Well, it's not. Cool. Then it's subjective because your opinion differs from mine.
Oh, and I had one other question because I was arguing with this guy about the Bible condoning grape,
Mhm.
and I used Deuteronomy 22,
Yep.
28 through 29, right? And he sat there and he tried twisting the words. He was basically saying that seize doesn't always imply force. I'm like, yes, that is true, but it also means to take hold, or if you want to say that doesn't always imply force, that means you're still taking hold of something. To see something, you're
Yeah,
taking
you're
hold of
taking
it.
hold of it.
Or exactly. And in that context of that verse, it is saying if you were to grape an unbetrothed, was it?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Unmarried woman, yeah. Virgin.
woman, you would have to pay it. And then a lot of people like to argue the origins of it. And I'm like, you realize if you want to go into the origins of it, that is, even by their own standard, that is still grape. It's a violation of their property.
Yep.
Which by violation, that means you did something to destroy or ruin it.
Yeah. Remember, Muslims are also a Abrahamic God religion. Christianity's not that far off.
Yeah, I've never been able to see the difference between a Muslim and a Christian.
I mean, they got a few different laws, but I mean, both religions love grape, incest, slavery, genocide.
Yeah, it's insanity to me.
Yeah.
It really is. It just, I don't see where you can believe this stuff until you've read the book. Like I also hate when people bring up Adam and Eve, because if you want to go in that direction, you're also saying, well, just because of two people's actions, that means the whole world should be cursed into sin now because those two people were tempted and deceived into doing it. And in fact, in all factual, Eve didn't know. Eve didn't know anything about this rule. God only told Adam. That is what the Bible says. God only told Adam. Does she acknowledge it? Yes, but that does not mean she knew it was a rule. Acknowledgement doesn't make it a rule.
Yeah. Well, I gotta run to the restroom, so I'm gonna drop you down. I appreciate you hopping up and saying hi,
Alright.
though.
Yeah, I love your content, dude.
I appreciate you, brother. I love you.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna run to the restroom. I'm gonna leave you up here because I trust you.
Yeah, it's fine.
Coolio. I'll be right back, guys.
Alright. But yeah, when it comes to like debates and stuff, like, you know, just exchange knowledge with each other, be humble, etc., etc. Like, you know, when we're debating, we're not here trying to label you as such. We just, you know, want to see what you have to think as the guest, and, you know, see what conflicts with each other's opinions, etc., etc. Because, you know, as I've been studying debates myself and like how the flow should be, it does need to be in sort of, everyone has to be in the same volume basically. And yeah, just keep it cool, and the volume and the level of the conversation will be cool too. Because for me, I am a Christian, and I do respect all debaters, but like as before, like you know, it's your opinion, you know, against their opinion. They have the right to not believe in your opinion, etc., etc., etc. And you know, as you know, the topic of the debate on the live stream is like, you know, proof that your God exists, etc. And so for Cody, who is an atheist, you got to like give actual like evidence to him, like actual like rich evidence that like can show why your God is real, etc., etc. Because like Cody is a skeptic, so he's very skeptic. So he only believes if there's evidence for it. And as a Christian, I have faith for Christianity, for Jesus. And although yes, it may not be true, I still have that faith. But you know, etc., etc. So with Cody, you know, he's looking for evidence, etc., etc. Oh, you back, Cody? Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
What is up, traffic?
What's up, dude?
Hey, man, you over the age of 18?
Yes, sir. 22.
Cool. Which God do you believe in?
I'm just theist.
Okay, cool. Why do you believe in a God?
I think it's a solid answer to creationism, to the fine-tuning question that comes up when we look at the model of an atom. You know, we see the 26 fundamental constants, a bunch of super specific rules that allow it to function, and
Yeah, can you name one of the constants?
Well, I mean, there's 26 of them, like the weight of an atom, for example.
Sure. Yeah, what causes it?
It's a great question.
Well, the theory of gravity is the explanation and mechanism, and it has nothing to do with a God, so why do you believe it's tuned by something external?
If you were to shift any of these values of these 26 fundamental constants,
Prove that's
then
even possible.
We wouldn't have matter.
Well,
like,
pause. Gravity is our description of the universe. Gravity is the universe. It's a description, not a prescription. It can't have been any other way.
well, no, I'm talking about a measurement.
Okay, well, you're talking about what is called sensitivity analyses, not probability of it being some other way. If it changed, things would be different, sure. It doesn't mean they can. And there's also no evidence that it's held in
not just that
place.
things would be different, but that if any of these values were off, the others wouldn't function as they do.
Prove they
right?
could do that.
So,
And what does a God have to do with that?
Mathematically, we know that. Like, that's a very profound and
Yeah,
highly
it can't
accepted
be
thing across
otherwise.
all scholars.
Yeah.
You know, it's the model of the modern particle.
Yeah, it can't
right?
be otherwise. It has nothing to do with God, though. It's beautiful.
Well,
yeah.
it's the fact
the
that
universe
the
is
26
gorgeous.
fundamental pillars for physics.
It's
to
the
exist
universe, brother.
do, right?
You're
It's not
describing the
just, like,
universe,
finely
brother.
tuned. Yeah,
It's not
the fact
tuned.
that it's tuned to exist.
No, it's not. We are describing the universe and how and why it does what it does. There's no tuning.
No, we do have
The
like
theory of
a
gravity is
good
the
theory,
explanation
like
and
the
as
Big
to how
Bang.
gravity
Most of our
works.
other
Where
we
does
have
God
to
come in?
apply. We have to apply these
Brother,
measurements to most of our other theories for how the universe came to be. Like the
brother,
Big Bang, right?
pause. Gravity. You're saying God tuned gravity. The theory of gravity explains why gravity does what it does. Where is God in this explanation that he tuned it?
Because there's no explanation for why that rule operates how it
Yeah,
does.
it is.
And
It's
the
the
fact that it
theory of
operates
gravity. How does
functionally with
gravity
all the other rules.
pause? Stop. The theory of gravity is the explanation. What
No,
is
the
it?
theory of gravity
How
is
does
the observation. The explanation is why does it do this? Why
No
do these
shit.
things
What do you think
interact
a
and not
scientific
just break?
theory is,
We don't
dude?
have that.
Yes, we do. It's called the scientific theory of gravity. The scientific theory is the why it does what it does.
No, it's the measurements and observations. It's not the why. We can see these things and interact the way we do, and we can write that down, but we don't know why they have that interaction.
Space
You can look at it
time.
on a molecular level, like,
You're chuckling. You know you're full of shit.
no, dude, it's just, you're missing the A to B.
No, I'm not. The theory of gravity is the A to B. The A is things come down. That is the law.
Why do those rules work that way?
Because
You
space
just
time
said
is bent. It bends
it couldn't be
space time.
different? It couldn't function differently?
Prove it could. Why would I believe that? I have no justification to believe in that.
Exactly.
Exactly.
go.
There you go. Demonstrate that God has anything to do with it, dude.
The universe functions as it does as a finely tuned system.
It's not
All of
tuned.
the rules
To state that
interact
it
with
is
each other
tuned
functionally,
states or
right?
presumes
Things
that
don't break.
Jesus fucking Christ. To say something is tuned is implying that something external made it be this way. You need to demonstrate that. You have a burden of proof for that. The theory of gravity explains why atoms come together and work the way that they do, why matter does what it does. It explains the why. The mechanism is space-time curvature. That is why it does what it does. Now, can you demonstrate any part of that with God's fucking fingerprint or dick moving matter together? Like, can you explain how God has anything to do with gravity at all? If not, I've got another guy requesting up, and I don't want to just waste time on you.
It's the fact that there's no evidence or explanation for how that rule could function with all the others. We do not see any
It doesn't
of these
contradict the
fundamental
others.
rules. Exactly. No, none of these rules
Exactly.
do that. They all use each other to work how they do.
Exactly. We're describing the universe.
That's a system. That's a
Where does God
simulation.
come
That
into
is-
play?
Because you don't see simulations without a creator.
It's not a simulation. It's reality. It's the universe. It's empirical. It's science. It's demonstrable. It's
Yes.
testable. Where is God?
The fact that these things work together, nothing
Cool.
breaks.
Demonstrate how
There is
God
no
makes it work
example
together.
of physics where when two things happen, everything just stops
Cool.
working.
Demonstrate how God makes it do that.
That's a finely tuned clock. You would need to be able to
Demonstrate.
give an example of how a finely tuned
Demonstrate where God does that.
Traffic, I have a question. How does magnets work?
you're turning the hold on. You're turning the argument around on me because you're asking me to give you an example.
It's called the burden of proof. We know that gravity is fucking awesome.
There is no-
You're saying a unicorn makes it awesome. Prove the unicorn, dude. It doesn't need a unicorn. The theory explains how it works. Now, if I were in your shoes, I would say, yeah, God
You're
made
saying
it.
unicorn.
If I were in your shoes, I would say, yeah, God made gravity be
I'm
the
not-
way it is and made it a law. Do I have evidence for that? No, I have faith in it, and I believe it because it's so magnificent, and I believe my God is magnificent. I would be honest. What you're
it's not
doing
about
is
faith.
burden shifting. So what you have to do is we know why gravity does what it does. It's called the theory of
No,
gravity.
dude.
It explains it perfectly fine. How does gravity work? I'm so glad you asked. Let's teach you something today. Space-time curvature. Thank you.
Hold
You have to demonstrate, because you keep on saying God makes it do that. You have to demonstrate the mechanism. You have to link gravity to God and God being a part of the process. You just keep on saying it's beautiful and awesome, is not an explanation.
That's
That's
not what
just
I'm doing.
you're just making the claim over and over and over.
You're just-
So I'm gonna give you one more chance. I'm gonna kick you if you don't provide the explanation and you just make the claim again.
Fine tuning is evidence for God.
So many trolls today.
I know.
Like, I get if you want to believe that God did it. I totally understand that, but at least be honest with me and stop trolling.
True. I mean, like, when looking at like them bring up gravity and talk about fine tuning, like, are they implying that God has fine tuned every other planet? Yet humans can't live on it either. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it.
That's fair. What's up, Sticks?
Hello.
Hey, man, you over the age of 18?
I am, yeah.
Cool. Which God do you believe in?
I don't believe in any. I just wanted to chime in on the fine tuning stuff, if that's okay.
Sure.
So, I think there's a little bit of confusion out there with like the term fine tuning and kind of how different people use it. In
I
most
agree.
like fine tuning arguments, they're referring to cosmological fine tuning, which is just to say that like the nomological or like the physical laws that govern our universe are tuned in a way that allows for things like matter to form, or like for, you know, you can talk about life and stuff like that, but I don't think you're really committed to that degree. And I think it's fine to say as an atheist, myself included, that even if you admit that the universe is finely tuned, that you're not committed to saying that it was tuned by something or someone.
I just don't like the definition of tuned.
I think it's because when we use it colloquially, usually we're referring to something tuning something else.
Which is, I tried to explain that to him. I said, you saying tune. I said to him, I agree that it's incredibly accurate, but you saying tuned tells me you're implying an external thing making it this way.
Yeah, definitely in the context of an argument that person was trying to render, he's kind of, he's saying that the universe is finely tuned and the God is the tuner.
Yeah,
I
if
think
someone uses the other meaning of it's just highly accurate and it's a constant and doesn't change, absolutely, I can agree with that 100%. But there's still no justification to believe that, you know, A, it could have been in any other way, and B, a God has anything to do with it.
Yeah, like I think I recently did a formal debate on fine tuning, in which I argue through just Bayesianism that it's actually naturalism is actually a stronger hypothesis compared to that of theism with respect to the fine tuning data.
Sure.
I just think like well, at least the way it's used in philosophy and even in science, fine tuning is just, I guess, the acknowledgement that the universe is in a particular way that allows for things like matter to form. That like, I'm agnostic to whether or not it could have been another way. I think there's something to be said for necessitarianism. Like I'm not convinced that it could have been another way, but within
Elaborate
like
on
a logical
that.
modality, it certainly could have been, right? Like we could easily say that. Like,
Okay, yeah, sure.
you know,
I grant that as well.
yeah. Okay. Well, that's all I really wanted to say. I think I want to like clear up as much confusion in the TikTok world as possible. And if people, when you hear fine tuning, if the first thing that comes to your mind is, well, the Earth is a perfect distance away from the sun, or blah 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 blah, that's not really what's being said. At least in the higher kind of tier dialectics, it's more so just talking about, look, we have these laws, these constants that allow for other things to emerge. So anyway, that's
I
it.
agree, brother. I agree with you.
Okay, thanks.
I appreciate you, man. I'll let you down. Pretty cool,
Yo,
dude.
Cody, I just thought about something for like fine tuning. So like well, this is like, I know I'm Christian and stuff, but like so like you know how like when like, well, let's like put this into hypothesis. So let's say like the James Webb Telescope just saw a planet being born, right? And this planet just got fine tuning. Where's God in creating that, etc., etc.? Like, you don't
That's
see
yeah.
God.
That's the critical thinking. The thing is, we have used James Webb to see the development of planets. We know how they're made.
Yeah, well, that's good.
Yeah, it's just purely like gravity and planetoids crashing into each other.
Yeah, it's all in the name of science. Yeah. Anyone else requested? Because I can't see.
Not yet. Oh, I do have one on YouTube. He will not be able to hear you.
That's
so
fine.
I'm gonna have to talk to him
That's
alone.
fine.
You're good. I'm not kicking you though. Hello, Mika. How are you doing?
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right, brother. You over the age of 18?
I am 24, so yes.
All right, awesome. Which God do you believe in?
I believe in the God of the Bible, as
Okay.
I believe that it's the true, only living God in this whole universe, who is the creator of all existence.
Yeah, I got that when you said Bible. All right, what you got for me? Why should I believe in it?
I have a question for you. If you can.
I suppose I'm gonna have a
Who?
very lackluster answer for you.
Yes, yes. I'm not the English speaking, but I will try to express myself accordingly, so you can understand.
Chaz, I want you to pay attention to how I handle this one. I'm gonna do this specifically for you. Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Yes. If you look at the moon, if you look at the sun, the placement, we can agree upon that it's perfect placed for living beings to be here. If it was too close, the sun, we will burn alive. If the moon was too far away, there will be no shine at night.
Let's grant it.
So, ain't that directly evidence in God?
No. Demonstrate how God has anything to do with that.
How did we come to exist?
I don't know. Demonstrate how God did anything.
Okay, if you look at the earth, you know, where we live right now.
Yeah, my eyes are open.
Yes, exactly. But if you look at the earth, it's created for
You are correct, Yammer.
species to be here, living species. So if you say there's no God, it's really just all random, and all this Big Bang stuff.
I don't
people
believe it's
in.
random,
So
but I'll grant
why
you.
don't you believe in God as a creator?
Yeah, what evidence do you have that he created anything?
Us, existence right now.
Awesome. What
You are
evidence do you have
breathing
that he
right
made me
now.
breathe?
You can't create yourself.
I didn't
We
say I
are.
did. My mom made me.
Yeah, because something created you to begin with.
My mother. My mom and dad.
Yes,
so
but can
there's
we,
this
can
thing.
brother?
I mean, you should have learned this in elementary school. So two
Yes,
people,
I
when they
know,
come
I know.
together,
We can
one
because
has
we are
this
creative.
and one doesn't. So
True.
then they come together, they do this, and then you get a little bit of this. And then
Yes,
once
brother.
that little
That's
squirt happens,
I
there's an
know.
implantation
That's
into
how
this
we
one.
evolved.
Okay, this one can
But
fuck off.
can
It's not
we?
needed anymore. And then this
So
one
you say
grows the
yes,
human being
yes,
inside of
yes,
them,
yes.
and after 9 months, the human being pops out.
I know. This
So
is
the
basic
woman
human
makes
knowledge.
the people.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
But this is basic human knowledge. But can we create all this?
Yeah,
The
we did.
nature, the ocean,
Oh, the
the
ocean? No.
sun,
Demonstrate that
the
God made
moon.
it.
If we can't create this, ain't that a picture that there's a higher being, a creator, as we call
No.
God?
What evidence do you have that something made it?
That something made it, because we can't made it. We
It-
can't create
why?
all this.
Why do
We
you believe
can't.
it was
We
made?
can't create the
Why do
sun.
you believe it was
We
made?
can't create the moon.
Why do you believe that it was made?
Of course, it was made.
Of course, it was made is just saying the claim again. What I asked you is why
Because
do
I
you
think
believe
it's
that it
obvious
was made?
knowledge that this is created.
It's not obvious knowledge. I'm dumb as shit. Can you explain to me
If
how you
you,
know it was made?
my friend, if you are created, you know,
If
you are created because there's two people
I've
created
agreed
you.
with one thing you have said
Okay,
so
if you
far.
can see that
Pause.
we are
Pause.
creation,
Pause. Pause.
so we are
Pause.
creation.
Pause. Pause. I've agreed with one word that you have said in this entire conversation. If. So demonstrate that we were.
Okay, let me tell you this. If we were created, you should want me to demonstrate right now, right?
Yeah, it doesn't require a tangent, though. You just have to say, here's the evidence that we did not exist, and then God put his hand down and created us from nothingness.
The creation of existence.
Pause. You're presupposing that it was created. Can you demonstrate why you believe it was created?
I can surely.
Wonderful.
If you go way, way, way back, what do you think that was before all this?
I know nothing about anything. Can you demonstrate that there was nothing
Well,
or
if you
something
know
and that it was
nothing about
created?
anything, how can you say that there's no living God?
I didn't. Can you
Ain't it
demonstrate
all
why I
just
should believe in
random,
it?
brother, then? Ain't it all just random then? Do you think all this
I don't know. Is it random? Is it random?
This is just random?
Is
Don't you
it?
think there's something bigger than us?
I don't know. Why should I demonstrate that there is?
I think to be honest that
Notice,
deep
Chaz, how
down
he hasn't explained a single thing.
I have explained a lot of things. Just look at creation. Can we create the sun? Can we create the moon?
So
Can we
I'm
create the
pause.
oceans? Can we create the nature?
Pause.
Something created this. It's
Pause.
bigger than us. When you
Pause.
look to the stars, it's
Pause.
bigger than you. How can you not
Pause.
say it's bigger than you? Okay, I was
Shut the ever living fuck up. Pause obviously didn't work. So I'm looking at a creation right now. It's called my computer. There's evidence that it would not exist without human beings creating it. I can show you where it was created. I can show you the warehouse it was stored in, the engineers that put the pieces together, how they put the pieces together, when the pieces were invented, by who they were invented, and how those pieces were put together. I could demonstrate all that. I know for a fact that my computer is a creation. Can you demonstrate that the sun is a creation? I'm going to unpause you.
Yes, I can actually do that. The sun, if you look at humans and sun, we get vitamins from the sun, which means that it's directly linked to us.
Pause.
So whatever created the sun.
Now I have to meet you again. Jesus Christ. When I say pause, I have a question to ask, and it's your turn to shut the fuck up. I said explain that the sun is a creation. We all know that the sun helps us have life. Duh. Demonstrate that it was created.
Because without the sun, we cannot live.
No shit. Can you demonstrate that it was created?
I think you're talking in circles.
I know you are, but what am I? Can you demonstrate that it was created?
Okay, I can demonstrate this. There is a blueprint within in us. Have to try and breathe. Do you know what in the Hebrew they call God?
No, I asked you to
They
demonstrate
call
that
him
the
Yahweh.
sun was
Try and
created.
breathe. That's how you say God. He actually made us. When we breathe, we worship God. There's a bigger picture than just the sun. It's a bigger picture than just the moon. It's
Bro,
a way bigger
you're just
picture.
preaching now. Can you shut the fuck up and demonstrate that the sun
can
was created?
preach.
No, you can't. And this is proof that you can't. Now you're muted. Yeah, fuck you. Can you demonstrate that the sun was created?
I can actually.
Cool, do it.
If you look at the sun,
Okay. Bye-bye. Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so if you look at this watch, or if you look at the tree, it was created. How do I know that it was created? Because if you look at it. Hello, Georgie. How you doing, man?
Hi.
Hey, you over the age of
Thank-
18, brother?
Yeah, I'm 47.
All right. Which God do you believe in?
Christian God.
Awesome. What you got for me?
Right. Well, my argument is about impossibility of
The contrary?
knowledge.
Oh,
No, impossibility of knowledge without God.
interesting.
You need to, we're in order to gain knowledge, we're using some tools which are universal, like logic.
Mhm.
Um,
What grounds logic?
any type of logic, it needs to have a universal.
So,
For
I
example,
mean, yeah,
classical
what
laws of
grounds logic?
let's call it. Laws of logic, universal laws of logic, like a law of identity and stuff like that.
Yeah, what grounds the law of identity?
That's the most important question. Thank you. Going straight to the question, the most important one. We should, I don't know, do we agree that logic is a universal?
Yep.
Yeah, so you can argue with that because you have to go, you have to use logic in order to argue against logic, right?
Yep.
So does it exist like objectively then?
The grounding principles do.
Yeah, so it's a mental, it's a mind bound, so to say. Do you agree with that?
The grounding principles are objective.
What I'm saying is that logic exists in the mind. Do you agree with that?
The grounding principles that ground it are objective, though. Do I agree with what
Where
you
do
said? Yes. But what makes logic is objective, not subjective.
That's right. So where do they exist objectively? Those principles that
Axioms.
you're actually saying? Axioms. Where do they exist?
Axioms, self-evident truths. Things exist. That's an
Oh.
axiom.
Okay, so
Where
they
does that
just
exist? Reality.
Okay, so
Do you want to know
those
where things exist? Here's one.
no, okay. They obvious. I mean, those.
Here's another
principles are
one.
meant-
Here,
My
here
question
here's
is
another
different.
one.
My question is different. My question is, those things are mental things, aren't they?
Huh? This is
Are-
objective. This objectively exists.
Listen,
This exists whether or not your brain does or not. This exists.
I'm not. You're probably. I'm not maybe saying. Explain. Well enough. What I'm saying is that those things are material things.
Yeah.
What you hold in. Okay. They're
Yeah, things
consisting of
exist.
atoms. But those principles that we talk about, the universal principles, are not material.
Things exist is material, yeah. That
Okay.
axiom is empirical, it's demonstrable, it is self-evident.
Where do they exist? They are not material. Where are they?
This
Those
thing exists.
Listen, I'm not asking you what you're holding in your hand. And
Yeah,
you're now
brother.
I'm
The
not talking
one
about the
of
thing
the
that you're holding.
axioms, one of the
Axioms exist somewhere, and they're mental things.
Here you are.
They're not. You can't touch them, can you?
I am touching an axiom right now. This thing exists.
It's not an axiom.
Do you know,
It's
do you know what an axiom is? Do you know what an axiom is?
Yeah, of course I know what the
What's
properly
an axiom? Please describe to me what an axiom is. I'm dumb as hell. I need to know. I need to know.
Axiom.
Please tell me. Please. I am the dumbest person on the planet. I need to know what the axiom is. Please tell me. Please tell me. I need to know what an axiom is. Oh my days.
Oh, he
do you know
left!
what the word axiom is? Like, I've learned the word axiom from you, Cody. Like, I know what it means.
Wait, did
And,
you
like,
kick
that's
him?
why- I didn't kick him.
He
I didn't
left?
kick him. Yeah, he left.
What the hell was that?
Like, I was getting some fun from that. Like, he didn't even know what one simple word meant. And with that, I even learned that word from you because yeah, I learned a lot of words from you.
I appreciate
like,
you. That was
like, dude,
interesting.
Yeah, that was it. I was like, dude, I don't know why he left. I was actually interested in like, like, dude, actually, like, you know.
Yo,
that was
Collapse.
interesting.
Welcome to the Unicorn Prophets, you absolute fucking legend. You couldn't handle your maniacal laughing.
Oh my god, that was hilarious. Like, dude.
Point send, point not received. That was very, I think it was a Darth follower. Oh, probably. That was interesting. All right, let's get IP in here. Was that good enough for you, Collapse? All right, what's up, IP? Oh, you got a lot of, I'm so sorry. Lots of feedback. I can hear myself. Are you able to turn off your Bluetooth?
Yeah.
Test. I can still hear myself.
Still hear myself? Okay. Let's see, 1 sec.
Give it some time.
What about now?
Test.
Yeah, it's better.
All right, yeah.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so yeah, the two guests you had prior, they had the good mindset. They just didn't know how to execute.
Sure.
But,
Which
before
God
I
do you
give
believe in?
Wait, why does that matter?
Dude, it's a simple question. Should I talk to you about the Islamic God if you're a Christian?
Well, I'm trying to argue about atheism, but sure, I'm a Muslim. Go ahead.
Should I talk to you about Vishnu if you're a Muslim?
No, I'm trying to understand your grounds
Right.
and morals,
So
not about
it
mine.
matters which God you believe in, because I'm not going to talk about the Bible to you if you're a Muslim, and I'm not going to talk about the Quran to a Christian. So it does
Right, but
matter. So you asked me, what does that matter? That's my explanation for why it does matter. Anyways, what's your argument?
Oh, I'm trying to understand the argument for an atheist as into what grounds
What's the
their
definition of
morals.
atheist, brother?
Like you're talking about the deformative verse, like as in you guys don't believe in God.
It's a. What does a mean when you put it in front of a word? If you're amoral, you're what?
Amoral?
Yeah.
Like what? Theist moral?
If you are amoral or asexual or empathetic, what are you?
That doesn't make sense. I mean, a moral is just someone that's a human.
Okay, brother. A means lack of or without. Theist means belief in God or gods. Moral, amoral, lacking moral. Atheist, lacking belief
Yeah,
in God or
atheist.
gods. So we just lack
Okay.
a belief. Some, the atheists, believe that there is no God, but you're an a-unicornist. Do you believe unicorns
No, that,
exist?
no, I don't. But
Okay, prove
isn't that
unicorns
agnostic?
prove unicorns don't exist.
Prove. Well, I don't have an argument for that because
Exactly.
I wouldn't.
It's a stupid fucking thing to say. So I don't have to defend my lacking of a belief except for to say I have no justification through any evidence, or I have not found any evidence justifiable to believe in this unicorn. So it's your burden to prove to me why I should believe in the unicorn.
Yeah, but that's if you were an agnostic. You're aren't you an
Define
atheist?
agnostic. What does
You
gnostic
don't
mean?
know. You don't know if there's just you don't know.
Yeah, Gnostic is knowledge. To be Gnostic on something means you do know. To be a or agnostic means you do not. Because remember, a means without or lack of the coming up word, right? So if you're Gnostic, you know. If you are agnostic, you do not know. So you can be a agnostic theist, a Gnostic theist, agnostic atheist, Gnostic theist, atheist. Those are not the same fucking words. Theism is about belief. Gnosticism is about knowledge. They're
Correct. I'm a
completely
theist.
separate words. So sometimes I'm agnostic, sometimes I'm Gnostic, but I am an atheist.
Wait. You're saying sometimes you could be agnostic. Okay, so let's say when it comes to God, what's your position as
It depends on
a
which God. On the Abrahamic God, I'm Gnostic.
okay. Oh, so now you're just dedicating to a specific God.
Yes, because it depends on which God. How the fuck am I supposed to know anything about a Vishnu, of which is not even a being that necessarily interacts with the universe? It is just completely unfalsifiable. And I'm also 100% ignorant on it. Whereas something like the Abrahamic God, I'm still ignorant, but I know enough to be able to have a strong knowledge base on what I believe or do not believe.
Okay, so let me rephrase it then. So instead of like individuating a God, how about just a creator, as in God, yes, but instead
I'm
of
still atheistic, dude. There's no justification to believe that anything here was created by anything divine.
that's all simple terms, you're just an atheist. Not agnostic, but an atheist.
I mean, I'm agnostic in the idea that it's possible that there is a God or there could be possibly a creator, but there's no justification to believe in it. Therefore, I am atheist. I lack a belief in a God or in a creator. I am an atheist. Sometimes I am agnostic. Sometimes I am Gnostic.
Okay, so what about the argument of contingency? What's
The
your
universe is necessary.
the universe is not necessary? How does that being grounded?
Yeah, name one thing that the universe is contingent upon for its existence.
Well, I asked you a question and you answered me back with a question.
Yeah, the universe is not contingent upon anything for its existence. You disagree, then you have the burden of proof again. No matter what, you are the one with the burden of
God.
proof.
Which is God? No, that's not true.
Yeah,
That's
you
not true. It goes
now
both ways.
your claim. So you just said that the universe is contingent upon God, correct?
Correct, because it will be an
Demonstrate
infinite
that.
All right, so we could both agree that everything is contingent upon something, correct?
Nope.
Yeah. Okay, please let me hear the argument for that.
Yeah, first law of thermodynamics.
First, what?
The first law of thermodynamics.
All right, not familiar with that. Why don't you just
Energy
explain?
cannot be
Cannot be what?
created or destroyed.
Oh, that's the first time I heard that. Where did you get this source from?
It's the law of thermodynamics. It's the conservation of energy and how that works.
Right, right. So who created this law, or yeah, where it's energy can't be created? Or who came up with this theory?
That's actually a decent question. It's not a theory, by the way. It's a law. Do you know what a law is? It's what the universe is doing. A theory is why it is doing what it is doing. So there's a law of gravity, and that is things come down. The theory of gravity is the explanation and the mechanism of which is the space-time curvature. Have a good one, Anne. Love having you here. So who discovered, let's say, the law of the first law? Let's do the first law of thermodynamics. Nicholas Leonard Sadie Carnot. Let's look up how he figured this out. How do we know about the first law of thermodynamics? The first law of thermodynamics states that energy cannot be created or destroyed, only transformed from one form to another, emphasizing the conservation of energy within a closed system. The first law of thermodynamics, also known as the law of conservation of energy, asserts that the total energy of an isolated system remains constant. This means that energy can change forms, such as from kinetic to potential, or from thermal to mechanical, but the total amount of energy in the system does not change. So
It does not change.
yeah, it doesn't go up or down the amount of energy that does exist. Never has, never will, which is why we know that it cannot be created or destroyed, and nobody's able to create it in labs. We've never observed its creation. It has never changed. So we know that it cannot be changed. Now, if you would like to prove that wrong, you would have a burden to prove that wrong by demonstrating that energy can be or was created.
No, this is interesting. I mean, I'm not here trying to argue against it because I thought that everything was contingent upon something.
Nah.
So now you're telling me that energy was not created,
Well,
and it could go from kinetic to potential. So
yeah.
I'm
It's like, what do you
okay.
think
So
happens when you turn off a flashlight, for instance?
what happens when I turn up a flashlight?
Yeah.
The light
Like,
goes
why?
out.
Yeah, why does the light go out, though? Where does it go?
It's just, I guess, stored.
Right. So what it does is the protons get absorbed into kinetic or heat. So it transforms into another energy. It never like vanishes. It's never destroyed. It's not destroyed just because you're turning the flashlight off. It just changes. So the universe is necessary for all things. Me and you, trees, the sun, moon, gravity, all things are contingent on the universe's existence. If the universe didn't exist, nothing would. To state that the universe is contingent means that it would not exist or could not exist without something else. Well, you can claim that that's a God, but then you'd have to demonstrate that that is true and how you know it's true.
I mean, correct. That would be an infinite regression where this
Why
keeps
is
on
that
going.
impossible? Why do you say
I'm not
that?
saying I'm not saying it's impossible. We
Yeah.
we all don't know. We all don't know, and that's the
Sure.
answer I'm trying to figure out. Yeah. And I didn't come up here to try to prove you wrong. I'm just trying to understand your point of view and for what you believe in.
Yeah, sure.
See if I can find an argument, because this is the first time I'm hearing that something could be as an energy is not created. So
Yeah.
I'll do my
So, like,
research on
a
that.
logically sound argument that I like to use is energy cannot be created. Energy exists. Therefore, it's always existed.
Okay. All right. I'll look into that. I appreciate that
Yeah, brother.
information.
You have yourself a good day. I appreciate you. That was a good one. Let's get Jalen
Yeah,
up
that,
in here.
yeah, that guy was humble.
Yeah.
What is up,
You
Jalen?
already debated me once, bro, but you kicked me. Don't do that again. You only get 2 times to do that.
Really?
Okay.
Cool. Does that mean you're never going to come back because I kicked you?
Hmm.
I only get
You know,
2 times to do it. I guess he's never going to come back since I kicked him.
you know, sometimes we could use the trolls for entertainment, if you get what I mean. But yeah.
Literally came in just starting out disrespectful as fuck, starting to want to fight. Like, just hop in. I'm going to say, hey, how's it going? You're going to say, oh, it's doing good. How are you doing? Then I'm going to say, oh, it's all good, brother. Are you over the age of 18? You're going to say yes or no. I'm going to say, awesome. Which God do you believe in? You're going to say the Christian God or Muslim or whatever God you believe in. And we go from there. Oh, yeah, well, that's cool. Why should I believe in your God? But instead, you came in and, you're a pussy ass bitch. Don't run. Don't run. Don't run, low tier. Don't run, low tier. Low tier. Low tier.
Yeah, I know. Like, the point of this live, like, is to, like, give you proper evidence of why God is real, not why they should insult you because they don't match your opinions.
It's redonkulous. It's redonkulous. What did you do to him? No fucking clue. I don't remember him at all. Low value. Bet. Big Bang is false, therefore God.
You know, I've had this theory about space where, like, the universe isn't expanding, it's like the universe is like we've only observed such much as we possibly can of the universe. And like, when they talk about speed of the universe expanding, could it be like, I don't know what machines it is, but could it just be the speed of the machines being used? Like, I don't know if you get what I mean. Like, so there's this like science. Well, I don't know if it's scientific, but like this, it's like saying like the universe is expanding at like 17,000 miles an hour or something like that. And I'm saying, like, is it really expanding at that speed? Like, is it really expanding, or is it just the calculations of our technology reaching that far at that speed?
I mean, yeah. So that's the cool thing about science. As of right now, to our knowledge, it is XYZ speed. But in the future, with better technology, we may gain new information and update our information.
Yeah, because, you know, like, we could, like, you know, in the future get some device that can scan things a million times better, hypothetically.
Yeah,
And
that's totally possible. Absolutely.
and the universe is all of a sudden times 1,000 bigger out of nowhere, you know, because the scans.
Yeah,
quick, you know
sure.
what I
I see
mean?
what you're saying. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Like, our information updates are like, oh shit, no, it's actually this big because we were this much behind and it expanded this much in comparison to what we thought it expanded. Yeah, absolutely. That's totally possible.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah. There's so
From
much to
standard
it.
stars. Yeah, I actually don't know how the expansion is measured. Not gonna lie. I believe it's
Yes.
redshift.
Redshift, yeah. I've had Redshift and Blueshift. Yeah, so Redshift is where it goes further away from you.
You look
and
like a
Blueshift-
person Epstein file. Stop talking about God. You hear me or no? Khara عليك. Next time, don't bring God in your
Do
mouth.
not
If you don't-
redeem.
I was gonna say, but like I didn't want to, like, yeah. I was gonna say something, but I just didn't want to say in case I could have taken your live out or something. Like, I didn't want to accidentally.
I'm an
suspend you.
asshole. Like, I try not to get suspended, but it's gonna happen. What's up, Ravus? I'm glad chat liked that.
Yeah, I've got the YouTube chat on my PC right now. See, I'm looking at your chat on YouTube chat on my PC.
Yes, I absolutely did. You can call me because he was being a douchebag and deserved being mocked. So, abso-fucking-lutely. No tequila? I hate tequila, dude. I hate it so much. Was a mouthpiece of a toxic belief system. Woo! New house set up. Hell yeah, dude. Congratulations. That's awesome, man. Oh shit, you just hopped over on YouTube. Look at you. Good boy. I got a giggle from him, chat.
Yeah, giggle wiggle.
The Wiggles.
The Wiggles, the Shiggles.
Is that an actual thing? The Wiggles. Why do I remember that? Wiggles.
Could be just a catchphrase.
What are the Wiggles? No, that's a thing. That's a TV show. The Wiggles. What are the Wiggles?
I have no clue. Yeah, I'm not as connected to the TV as I was when I was younger.
What is up, Daddy?
The Wiggles are an old TV show from back when we were kids, where a bunch of guys. Would
Okay,
get on
pause. Excuse the fuck out of you for calling me old.
Okay, am I wrong? Are we not in our late 30s?
I'm sorry?
Are we not? Sorry, late 20s. My bad.
The fuck do you consider old, bitch?
Well, I mean, I always have considered myself old. So when I was 16, I was old.
Just because you feel old? I'm not there, motherfucker. I'm a teenager on the inside.
That's fair. Hey, as long
Fucking
as you,
asshole.
As long as you stay a teenager on the outside and don't go inside a teenager, we're good.
I'm not a Christian.
I know. Well, that was going to be my next statement.
All right, we're moving on from that. SD, what is up, SD card?
Host, I'm pretty sure what they call you is a man-child.
Wonderful. Do you believe in God?
No, I'm just letting you know you're a man-child, bro.
Awesome.
Get it together. Get it together. Get your shit together, okay?
Bet. Oh, he ran. Oh, wait. No, sorry. Let me... I'm a what? The fuck did you expect my reaction to be? Congrats. Another dude on the internet is saying something.
I wonder if you notice what man-child means.
Me, apparently.
Yeah, but the thing is, he needs to explain it. You know, like if they like give you an insult, just explain to them what it means. You know, let's exchange knowledge. You know, see what they think the word means, etc., etc., etc.
ENBY? That's rude. We fighting. Excuse you, collapse. Call him tiny hands. Says the Discord teenager. Yeah, literally. Oh man, chat's going off on him now. Yo, we super chat Mustache Man. $20 super chat from Mustache Man. A watchmaker. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. A watchmaker needs existing materials to create a watch. That means that a god would need existing materials to make the universe. We fall into an infinite regress of existing materials to make the materials to make stuff. Yes. I can agree with that. I mean, I agree that the infinite regress is possible. I don't agree that a god has anything to do with it. Like, literally, it's literally called the watchmaker fallacy. Like, it's fallacious thinking. It's illogical. It doesn't work. But I do agree that it could be an infinite regress of existing materials for sure.
Yeah.
It is a category error. You're correct, Knuckles. I love that. Why would you agree with that? No, I agree with the infinite regress possibility of infinite material.
Wait, Cody, I have a question.
Yes, Daddy.
Have you do you know Dr. Blitz?
Yeah.
Have you collabed with him at all?
No, I'm not on their level.
Oh, okay, fair enough then. I was just asking.
It's an argument against God. Yeah, that's yeah. Yeah, that's why I agreed with it. No, I got what you were saying, brother. You're good. I got it. Does rationality require intentionality? Yes. I feel like I'm missing information here. Rationale, thinking. You don't necessarily think intentionally. No, I can't grant that.
I'm supposed to have a big debate today, but the guy keeps being flaky, so...
I'm
we're not
supposed to have
gonna
your
let
big
that
cock today, but... What?
I mean, who said you weren't going to get it yet? Like... Shit. Shit.
Oompa loompa doopity doo. Who? Whoa, chill, bro, chill. Huh? Eh? Yo, Cody, can you speak bird too? Oh, yeah, bruh. I like the R2D2.
You sent my cat into a fit.
You're welcome. I just want attention. I'm gay. Same. Good morning, USA. Got a feeling that it's gonna be a wonderful day. The sun in the sky has a smile on his face, and he's shining a salute to the American race. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Good morning, USA.
Really, no debaters today.
We actually did have quite a few good calls.
Yeah,
Actually.
but
Yeah, it's like the more that I shut the fuck up and allow people to talk, and I'm not an absolute asshole right off the rip. That's
yeah,
pretty
like
good.
if we have a ratio of like trolls and actual debaters, I would say it's probably 40-60.
It's the American way, Cody, not rave. I said way. Trying to fight? But I got pumpkin spice lattes. I'll take a pumpkin spice latte. Ooh, that actually sounds good. Ooh. Dude, are you Playlight for no Pico game? Let me try and read this again. Dude, are you Playlight for no Pico game? What? You ain't bad enough of a bitch yet. Level up. No clue what you think you're saying. Thank you, Ken. Let's try and read that again. Dude, are you Playlight for no Pico game? Favorite pasta? Fettuccine. What do you think happens when you die? Absolutely fucking nothing, mate. Absolutely fucking bollocks. It's all bollocks. Nothing happens. Nora. I can't do the accent for very long. What is nothing? Well, once you find that out, it no longer is nothing. What I mean by nothingness, I mean your consciousness is a emergent property of the brain. And when your brain goes bye-bye, you go bye-bye. It's the same thing as, do you remember the billions of years before you were born? Nope. It's going to be the same thing. Pure nothingness. Can I explain, demonstrate, or somehow get the concept of nothingness over to you? Not really, no. If nothing happens, then what happens to the energy? Yeah, the energy of your brain actually, so when your brain is decomposing, it turns into kinetic and it goes into the ground as heat. What's your stance on cannolis? Oh, yum. Show me nothing, bro. If not, it's not real. The concept of nothingness is a complete lack of thing. So no thing. I can't describe it. I can't explain it. But to say that I can't explain or describe it doesn't mean that it's not true.
Once you define nothing, it ceases to be nothing.
Exactly. Lack of faith. Yeah. 100%. Yeah. If there is nothing, would that be true? Then there is something. Not necessarily. Like, to explain, or at least try to explain nothingness, obviously is not possible at this moment, especially in human language, but the concept idea we're able to kind of grasp as no things, no thought, no space, nada, a literal just absolute nothing, we can't describe it or draw it, but we can get that point across. We can get the concept and idea across, which is why the word nothing exists, because the concept exists. But once the concept is demonstrable, therefore it is no longer nothing, which is why it's not a demonstratable word. Why would the Christian God require faith when he would have known the faith will lead billions to fall for false religions? Facts. Demonstrate zero. Okay. I don't have anything to write on. Yes, I do. Zero. SEK 50 from Nowheart. Super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for helping me leave the cult I have been in for years. Your live streams, both the dishonesty of the callers and your explanations helped. Hey, I appreciate that. We love having you here. Appreciate you being here, Heart. You're awesome. W's to Heart. That's awesome. I love that. So if the energy that leaves your brain after death enters the ground, what about the memories? Well, the memories are going to be... That's a good question. What we know of memories is they are electrical signals and processes in the brain. So if the brain dies and those electrical signals that carry information stop carrying information, then the information in itself, the energy that is pushing around, is going to then change as well into that kinetic heat.
Yeah.
That's, I mean, I'm saying that from pure fucking ignorance. That's my best explanation. I'm not a neurologist.
It's one of those things that when it comes to memory, like it's basic neural networks, and so when we go into it, once the brain is no longer working and the neural networks are no longer igniting, neither is the memories. They just stop being a thing because they aren't a specific point in your brain. They are a network of impulses in your brain.
That's fair. Yeah. So if you think about something memory wise, it's just lighting up a part of your brain that is sending a signal of this felt good. Well, I wonder how that works. That's actually very intriguing. I'll have to look into that more.
It's really cool to look into. I haven't done too much research into it, but that's what I got from it.
Yeah, I'm sure we don't have a definitive, conclusive answer nonetheless, but it's still a really cool thought. If the flash drive is destroyed, the information is lost. That's true. Damn, that was good.
Yeah, that's a spicy way to describe it. But
That is good. So then where does the memory of that go, and why does it... So what is memory in a flash drive, RAM, memory, etc.? It's literally just signals and electrical pulses moving information of processes of moving information. That's literally all it is. Electrical signal here implies this thought, this 0, this 1. Oh, that okay, cool.
Yeah, so I am at uni, I am doing computer science and AI and stuff. And with PCs and stuff, you have registers, you have CPROM, you have EPROMs. So you have erasable memory where it uses lasers, and you have ones that you cannot erase, like you have to get a new one, etc., or you have to manually erase it. And so for example, for like ROMs or RAMs to store memory, it has registers, and registers so do you know, well, I'm not going to try and be too into my subject, but like there's these things called logic gates and stuff like that, and you have binaries. So you got the I symbol, which is on, 0, which is off, and they all hold together like a specific type of memory, etc. And so like with a PC, for example, it has like thousands, maybe even millions of registers, because it has so much memory to like you know, to keep and store, etc., etc. And for example, when a PC needs to get rid of some data or memory to store some new bits of information, it will first look in the random access memory to see if there's any space storage left, and if not, it will then look in the ROM, so the read-only memory. I think that's what it's called. It's been a while since I've learned that, but then it will like see if there's any space. If not, it will then start to delete memory. So, for example, in the registers, it will basically, or in the CPU, it will laser it off, laser the so yeah, it's crazy advanced stuff, but it's very interesting to look at.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce to you Evan 2.0? I do appreciate it though. That's hilarious. I say just Control Alt delete the BIOS, but
Fair enough.
delete System 32.
Oh no, System 32. That's not going to go well. I mean, there is an emulation where you can like practice doing multiple things on like
Kali Linux.
Kind of crazy.
I was studying to pen test.
What's that?
Penetration testing.
Oh, okay. But yeah, there's a lot when it comes to talking about memory. I mean, when we're talking about the brain for memory, that's more complex, really. I mean, for me, just for me, I think, like, I'm not someone with the like knowledge for the anatomy, especially for the brain, because the brain is one of the most complex.
It really
organs.
is. It's fucking
Yeah.
awesome.
For real, bro. But yeah. I mean, like, I've seen this video where,
My
like,
God, bun.
there was this video of, like, someone learning something, and it was, like, inside their brain or something. It showed, like, I don't know if it's stem cell, I don't know what it's called, but it showed it, like, growing over time from what the person was learning.
I
like,
got something that grows. I need to go to the bathroom.
Alright.
What grows is his urge to shit because of how much coffee he drinks. Everyone remember, if you're not tapping, you're napping. So tap that screen, send your daily heart me, share us out, you know. It's always cool to share us out. And over on YouTube, whatever it is they do on YouTube, I'm too dumb for that.
Yo, Fable, and I'm not even a coffee or tea drinker. I don't even like tea or coffee. And I'm British as well.
I like coffee, but in moderation. I used to be like 5 cups a day, but now I'm like, I like a cup to wake up to, and a cup to go to bed to.
How do you rate coffee? Like, that's what like people say, oh, this coffee is the best coffee I've had. I'm like, how do you rate that? Like, I mean, I know I haven't drank coffee, but well, I have, but like, I just don't like it. But like, how can you rate the coffee? You know?
It depends. So for me, I like coffees that have bold flavors with like lots of texture to the flavor. If that makes any sense. I know I'm gonna sound like a coffee snob, and I apologize. But like I like coffees with a lot of flavor, and so like to me, like if a coffee has a lot of good flavors, I'm like, oh yes, that's exactly what I'm looking for. But if it is just bitter, I'm like, never mind, I don't want it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like the thing is, like, I'm more of a person that drinks like water, milk, juice, all those like other drinks, like, cause like I just like like I have that mind of saying like, how do you like this? You know, like that's literally my mind. Like, how do you like? I'm that type of person who, like, if I like something, I expect everyone else would like it. Do you get what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
oh, I like this, so you must like it too. But like, you know, you forget everyone has different taste buds. But yeah, like one thing though is like I used to like not like coleslaw. I don't know if you know what coleslaw is. Do you know what coleslaw is? It's but like I used to like not like coleslaw, and now like over time my taste buds changed, and now I like coleslaw all of a sudden. I don't know if it would be the same for tea and coffee, because yeah, I just don't like tea and coffee ever since I was young. But yeah.
All right. Well, I think that we're pretty dead. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream. But we are back, so I'll be live tomorrow, guys.
Hell yeah.
Appreciate everyone being here, and it's been pretty fun having you up here, Chaz.
Yeah, it's been fun, you know, being in the live and talking to either trolls or actual debaters, you know what I mean?
There's been some good calls today. I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah, the Philip dude never requested, so I just closed it.
Yeah, Philip dude.
But I appreciate you guys. I'm gonna head out. You guys have yourselves a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Yep. Peace out.
Cheers. Love you, YouTube, as always. You guys have yourselves some good nights. Adios.